Hill Hotel, 200 and 200 for second, 50 and 50 for third. We'll be starting from the southern end, trial line to trial line. You have your finalists.
Welcome everybody here on Grand Final Day for the 2014 Greater Premier 1 Grand Final. It's Southern Beaches versus Wanderers here at number 2 Sports Ground. Of course, the Greater Union major sponsor. Today's sponsor is Butler's, the event hire specialist, giving away all the marquees and all the setup you see around the ground today. With me today, as always, we're very excited. I know Jimmy's very excited. It's James Gardner. How are you, Jimmy?
Great, mate. I used to love this time of the year when I was playing, and it's even just as good when you're sitting and watching and commentating and writing about it. It's just, it's the day you want to be involved in one way or the other. And fantastic today that we have some great weather. The blue sky is shining. There's a nice breeze coming in from the south just to cool things down a little bit. All the makings of a great day afternoon football.
Yes, and I was out during the week around the grounds. Had a bit of a chat to the captains and the coaches. We're just going to flick to that right now. Everyone at home, take a seat back and listen to what they had to say. Back with us for Bar TV, the home of grassroots sports, I've got the Southern Beaches club captain and winger, Andrew Delore. How are you, Andrew?
Yeah, pretty good, mate.
You look very calm and collected. How are you going to be come Saturday?
Oh, yeah, it should be pretty emotional, I guess. Excited, so yeah, just ready to get on and do it.
Emotional, do you mean you'll cry?
Oh, well, Tim's speeches normally get a tear in most eyes before the game, so I wouldn't think anything would be different on Saturday.
Yeah, I've been privy to a couple of them in my former youth, and when he reads the poetry, it probably gets you at the heart, doesn't it?
Oh, that's it. I think you've even copped a mention a few times yourself in his speeches. So.
It could only be good things, I'd imagine. Now, anyway, getting back to the game, it's 10 minutes to go. Wanderers a man down because Dan Kebble's probably got sent off. You get the ball, no one to beat. What's going through your head?
Oh, but you're looking for support, I think. Go for the line and look for support, yeah. Any
injuries in the team at the moment that we've got to look out for?
No, I think that's been the best thing for us the last few weeks. We haven't had any, so years gone by, we're sort of falling apart come to the end of the year, and this year we're looking pretty good. So.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you've made the semis a couple of times now, the big one this time. What does it mean to the club, and obviously what does it mean to your family being here from the start, from 95, I believe?
Yeah, it's massive for the club at the moment. So obviously it's the first time we've been in a Premier senior final. We've had the Colts in before, but yeah, this one's going to be pretty big. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, nice one, Andrew. Thanks very much for your time, and we appreciate everything. Cheers, mate. With me today for Bar TV's Luke Sherwood. Luke, the captain of the Wanderers in the Greater NHRU final this weekend. Luke, how are you feeling?
Yeah, pretty good, mate. We had a good win last weekend over Carlton, and we'll take a lot of confidence out of that.
Yeah, down a couple of players in that match. You guys really rose to the challenge. If that comes around this weekend, have you got any calls that go into that?
Not really calls. I mean, the boys have seemed to lift every time we've had a man in the bin, so seems to fire us up a little bit, so it may even do us a favour.
Yeah, it may. It may. You guys seem to come up against a bit of adversity and go pretty well. Any surprises for this week?
No, sticking with a pretty similar side to last week. It's worked for us most of the year. That's been the same side we've had the whole year pretty much, so we're sticking with that, and hopefully we can come through the goods.
Playing halfback, you do play like a second forward sometimes. Your defence is pretty good. Is that something you've worked on?
Not overly. Being small, I sort of have to go low. A lot of the time I was get bumped off, so it's something I've learnt to deal with as a junior, going low, and I've always had that sort of tackling technique.
Well, I bet you must be having nightmares about the two big willies coming at you this weekend. How are you going to handle those guys?
Yeah, they're some big boys. I think probably 300 kilos between the two of them. So, yeah, I think I just got to dive at some ankles and hopefully they be a bit of a speed bump.
I noticed last week, covering the game for Bar TV, that you guys tried a few set pieces, a couple of new set pieces, which came off. Anything up the sleeve this week?
No, not really. Same as, mate. Same as we've done all season, and just trying to execute them.
That's a good poker face. Anyway, coming into this match, you're the captain. What do you say to your players morning of grand final? Do you send the text round, or you just get them in the sheds and have your piece?
No, I try to keep it low key early in the day, just so we don't play the game before it's 3 o'clock. I'll have a bit of a say in the sheds beforehand, but just try to keep them calm throughout the day.
You played in the Wanderers' last grand final win in 2009. How's this different for you?
Well, not really too sure, mate. It's it's always a big occasion, grand final. So I think we just got to take it, I don't know, as we go. It's going to be it's good playing at Beaches. They've come a long way from being only in the Premier Division for, I don't know, 6 years now. So it's a great occasion for them, and yeah, unfortunately we're going to hopefully spoil it for them.
Yes, and hopefully for the Wanderers supporters at number 2, it is your home ground. You do have that advantage, but I'm expecting a pretty big Beaches crowd and possibly every other club to be baying against you. How are you going to handle that?
Yeah, well, it's nothing new for us to have other clubs supporting the other team that we're playing against. So I think we lift a bit when we have other clubs booing us and getting up us. So we're looking forward to the challenge.
Yeah, thanks very much for your time. Luke, one more question before you go. Talk us through your grand final speech. I'm sure you've written it down so far.
I haven't, but I'm just going to thank everyone has anything to do with Wanderers and the Beaches boys.
I'll cut you off there, mate. It's not written yet. All the best this weekend, Luke.
Thanks very much, mate. Cheers.
Welcome, everybody, for Bar TV. And with me tonight on this very windy Windale night, I don't know how I got here, but I got here, is Tim Chidgey, the Southern Beaches coach. How are you, Tim?
Yeah, Gareth, welcome to Gateshead Stadium. Don't worry about getting here. You've got to get out of here yet.
Yeah, that's going to be a bit of trouble, isn't it? Because I certainly got lost on the way in here. Now, not your first grand final, Tim. First grand final for a new club. How are you feeling?
Yeah, excited for the club, getting first and second grade in the grand final. Great effort by the club and the players.
Yeah, you've coached a couple. What's different about this one? Are you going about things differently? Is it a new plan, or is it something that you've got down pat?
Oh, I don't think you ever get it down pat, but it's been pretty low key. There's been no fanfare, nothing like that. We've just trained real hard over the last 2 weeks, and the boys are putting in great effort, and it's been a hard slog for them.
Yes, and danger man for this weekend. Who do you think is going to set the number 2 sports ground alight?
I'd say, obviously Southern Beaches is unset it alight, but from 1 to 15, I've coached a lot of teams and that where you hide blokes in them and for ball skills, the big guys and things like that. But in this team here that we've got running out, the first 15, they can defend, they can run, and they've got good ball skills. So they concentrate on KJ at 15, then it leaves an opening for someone else. And I think from 1 to 15 we can capitalise on that.
Yeah, the 2 big willies there on everyone's lips at the moment. How do you think they're going to go?
As long as they're not on my lips, I'll be happy. But I think, they turn up in the right mental space. I think they'll go real well.
You've got 3 Delors in the squad. What does this mean to them, do you think?
I think it means it's not just to the 3 Delors, the whole Delor family. You look at JD, he's been around for a long time. And they've been down here at training earlier, so it's not just the 3 boys in the team, it's the whole family. I'm happy for.
Sorry about that. There's Delors galore. Thanks very much, Tim. One more question before we go. What do you say to inspire your troops against a parochial number 2 Wanderers crowd? How do you get them up before the game?
Oh, you haven't got to say nothing. This time of year, I think we can thrive on the 2 Blues having a crack at us. And that just creates its own energy. So, you walk through that tunnel, you haven't got to say nothing.
Yeah, very good. And I know pretty much everyone else in the crowd will be going for you guys, so all the best on Saturday. Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Doggy.
With me right now is Todd Loudon, the coach of the Wanderers. Minor premiers this year, Todd. You put a lot of effort into getting this far. One more step. How are you planning it out for this week?
Pretty much just relaxing because we had a 6-day turnaround from Sunday, so just sticking to our structures and routines.
Well, you live at the Bay, so that's pretty easy to do the relaxing out there, mate. You put a few sort of set pieces into play last week. I asked Luke about it. You got anything up your sleeve for this week?
Oh, we'll change a couple of things up, but nothing drastic. So.
Yeah, there's a couple of positional changes as well coming into last weekend, which I thought worked really well for you guys. Anything like that happening this week?
Yeah, we'll probably follow the same structure. Given that we've got all teams in the grand final, we need to try and make every team as strong as we can. And having some tactical substitutions off the bench to basically come into the game at certain times is fairly key for us.
So I guess the question on everyone's lips this week has been, will Billy Coffey start or not start? He was the leading try scorer.
At this stage, not likely.
They're very good. And I guess the tactical changes, I mean, Mark Sherwood, when he comes on, he's very good. He kicks you around the place. What do you say to him before the game, before he comes on?
Well, we had a bit of I suppose, a system in place, but we lost a couple of guys through yellow cards, which makes it a little bit harder. So your strategy change around that, and you have to keep the ball in hand so that you're not run off your feet when you're a man down. So hopefully we don't run into that type of trouble again this week, and that will be 15 on 15 and we can have a crack at each other.
Yeah, very good. Obviously, you've coached all around the place. How much does this one mean to you?
Oh, they're a good bunch. It's a a really good club as well, and I'm just blown away by not the passion and the rivalry in Newcastle, which makes it such a good comp, and there's some really good players. So for us to get up is going to mean a lot to the players, and obviously sharing that with the players would be great.
Yeah, very good, and all the best for this weekend. One more thing before we go, I guess. What do you say to the guys before the game? Are you a guy that gets them slapped around, or you're very cool, calm and collected?
No Tommy Raudonikis, that's for sure. No, pretty calm, just go through the process and the routine, and then when we're out there, just a little bit extra.
Very good, thanks for your time. No worries, all the best for the weekend, Todd. Thanks. Welcome back. And we're back now for the Greater NHRU Grand Final Day. With me again, of course, is Jimmy Garner as the teams are just about to come out. Capacity crowd here, Jimmy. How do you think the game's going to go?
Yeah, building nicely. It's going to be very tight. I expect the first 20 minutes to be really set the tone for the match. If Beaches can get on top early, that'll rattle Wanderers like they did in the major semi. But you would think if Wanderers thereabouts half-time, or in fact in front of half-time, their fitness will get them home. Hot day today. It is starting to cool down now with a little bit of the breeze coming up. Yeah, but there's no doubt that the Southern Beaches pack is nearly twice the size of Wanderers, and they've got some boys that are carrying some conditions. So I think if it's close coming down the stretch, Wanderers will get there, but it'll be a belter of a game.
Yeah, as the Beaches side came out just before, you heard the crowd. You can see the sea of yellow at the top of your camera there at home. As the Wanderers side comes out now, the crowd gets to their feet. Everyone is absolutely pumped here at number 2. The balloons are going off. Where's the danger man here for the Wanderers?
Oh, for Wanderers, I think there's undoubtedly it starts with Dan Kevill. He'll play in the second row today, but he'll probably defend a little bit wider. He's a big game performer. He carried him on his back in 2009 when they beat Merewether. He's had a couple of years away from the Wanderers, but he's back this year. He'll be in everything. He's got long limbs. He gets his arms free. And at the line out, he's a tower of strength. So he'll be the one in the forwards they look to. I think out wide, I think Cal McDonald's a bit of an X factor at the back. He's just a glider. He moves across the ground so freely. He's a real deceptive runner, and he's real strong as well. So they're two for mine. Beaches, we could pick any number, but Var's certainly the leader. Their captain, Var Talaleva, he's been in 5 grand finals. He's won 3, lost 2. They were all at Hamilton. Actually, when he first came to town in 2007, he lives out at Blacksmiths, and he heard that Southern Beaches were a new club, and he was going to play for him. And then his father-in-law's boss came along and said, "No, mate, come to Hamilton with me." So it could have been a dream 7 years ago. But in fact, he's come there last year. He had an injury-interrupted season last year, played a bit of country. But this year, I think he's missed 2 weeks early on. But he's played nearly every game in the second round. And no coincidence that they've won 8 in a row.
Yeah, for sure. And as you might hear the crowd in the background, the national anthem getting sung now. Beaches and Wanderers both lined up facing us in the grandstand here. I'm looking at the Beaches side, and gee, they're a monster pack. But the Wanderers, they look really fit. I think fitness might get them over the line here, Jimmy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's no doubt Wanderers are a monster pack. You look at the two bookends, the 2 front rowers, Willie So and Willie Fraser. You watch some shots they pull off in the first half. They'll be fired up. They'll be certainly look to set the tone with their defence early. They rush up on the blind side and they just whack blokes. They have a little competition between each other to see who can pull off the biggest hit and the most shots. Whether that'll take its toll physically in the second half and the back end of the game. But I just think Wanderers will have learnt from that major semi-final where they got beat 24-21. They trailed 24-0 at half-time in that game, and they sort of got a bit rattled. A couple of times they were attacking the line, turned the ball over, and Beaches went down the other end and scored. They really capitalised. Beaches are going to have to take every opportunity, make the most of every opportunity. I think they get the job done today.
Yes, as we get to the teams now, we'll quickly go through them before the kickoff. For Southern Beaches first, the front rowers, of course, are William So and William Fraser with the hooker, Hayden Gavin. The 2 locks are Matt Lanzini and Mika Leopo. The breakaways are Glenn Stone and the veteran Ray Furphy. And, of course, number 8 is Var Taleva. Number 9 at halfback is Martin Delore. 10, 5'8", Mark Butler. 11, the wingers, Daniel Marshall and Andrew Delore. The two centres, Michael Delore and Tyler Austell, and the fullback is KG and Lamb.
And for Wanderers, up in the front row, we have Ben Christensen and Colin Hovel at props. The hooker is Andrew Tawala. In the second row, we have Dan Kevill and Andrew Fletcher. The back row is James Wibble, Cal Groff, and Ben Ham at number 8. The halfback and captain is Luke Sherwood. 5'8", Luke Simmons. The two centres are Luke Minchin and Tapaki Rahuhi. On the wing is Dylan Rowney in 11 and Bill Coffey, who came through a late fitness test on his shoulder. He makes his way in the side today for Dan Mersch, a great laden cruisman for Wanderers. And the fullback is Cal McDonald. The referee today is Jared Logan. And the two touch judges, who I hope we don't see too much of, to be perfectly honest, are Lauren Kelly and Dave Malcolm.
Yes, as we get out to the middle, the toss was done about 15 minutes before these sides came out, and Wanderers are kicking the ball towards the Marketown end. Southern Beach is running towards the beach end from left to right on your screen at home. Is everybody ready at home? And here we go. Here's the kickoff. It's a long one from the Wanderers side right down into the Southern Beach's 20-metre zone.
Yeah, good take there from Mika Leober. He looked like he was going to spill it, but he hauled it in just in time and set it up nicely. They go to the left, the first hit up. Southern Beach's good tackle.
Yeah, Vartaleva met well there in the tackle. Ball coming out now to Butler, who kicks them out of trouble. That's not too good of a kick there for Butler. It's a bomb. They have plenty of chasers coming through, and VAR takes the ball. He's everywhere already, VAR. And the ball coming to about 40 metres out. Oh, popped off there to big Willie Fraser, and Willie Fraser takes it back into the middle there.
That first kick from Mark Butler, you just noticed he put up high. It's probably an indication that this wind is really picking up. It hung up there in the air and fell in no man's land. So I think you'll see Wanderers trying to use it to their utmost in the first half.
Yeah, interesting to note, the team that's running the Wanderers' way throughout this whole semi-final series has actually won. As Billy Coffey takes the ball, has actually gone on to win the match. So Wanderers in the box seat in that regards. I'm not sure that that's something to go off as Sherwood digs around to Fletcher. He'll take the ball forward all day to the 40-metre line.
Yeah, Billy Coffey just took that one up. He's come out, looks like his shoulder's okay, so no real dramas there. They'll certainly test him out.
As Ham takes it in, little short ball off Kevill there. Kevill coming for another one, but comes through there, and a little bit of push and shove there from Kevill as the ball comes out to Rahui.
Well, just dragged down by the collar there. Good cover defence, but good signs for Wanderers that look like they're going to spread it early.
Yeah, as McDonald gets through one there down that blind side. Good run there from McDonald, the winger. Ball in the back there for Sherwood, who's plodding around there as it comes forward, and Roth takes the ball forward. That's a good run there from the Wanderers. Wanderers look more organised this week, Jimmy, as the ball comes out. And round to Simmons, and Simmons to Coffey. Coffey has one to beat. He gets around one, gets around the other, and his foot has gone out, and that's unlucky. He was dancing with the sideline there.
Yeah, touch judge was on the spot there. Lauren Kelly, she was right in the spot. She saw him just go into touch. I'd like to have a good look at it again, but I think it was the right call. But yeah, dangerous signs for Southern Beaches. Wanderers just shifting it nice and early, getting outside. I think they picked that up from the second half in the major semi. Look for their wingers to get lots of ball today.
Yeah, Billy Coffey with that shoulder injury didn't seem to hamper him too much there, but again, he is a winger. Wingers don't generally use their shoulders. As the ball comes down for the Beaches side, it's at the back there. Delore looking around for it to Butler. Butler, good safe kick that time. Coffey under it as it bounces once. Beaches coming through Marshall and looks to beat him, and he does. Coffey coming through, and that's good tackle there by Lanzini on Coffey as the ball comes out.
Numbers on the right here, Wanderers.
They
just
will
got to
use
spread
the
it,
ball.
straighten it up.
Ball, one to beat as he slides through there. Rowney.
Oh, it looks like his knees. He's big trouble, Dylan Rowney. He's in big trouble. Yeah, just like he was sniped, someone got him from the side, and I think he's done his knee there. He had a knee reconstruction last year, so this could be a horror sign for Dylan Rowney and Wanderers.
Yeah, looks in a lot of trouble.
He's in a lot of pain. He was through the gap, and I thought all he had to do was pass it on the outside. But then all of a sudden, he just went straight to ground. It looks like his knees are giving way, and that's a horrible start for him and a horrible start for the two Blues. Outside of that, it hasn't been a horrible start. It's been a very enterprising start, and real danger signs for Southern Beaches early.
Yeah, definitely looking to spread the ball around the Wanderers side and looking pretty good with ball in hand. They've called for the sideline here at number 2 Sports Ground. As we go to the replay for Bar TV, the home of grassroots sports, as the ball comes out and he draws and passes, and Rowney with nothing to do there. He had support on the outside through McDonald. Probably could have passed it earlier.
I think just as he went to pass it, his knee just went on him. It was that left one. He saw him do a little skip, and you just see straight away he buckled and went straight to ground and was in enormous pain. And that's a horrible thing. You don't like seeing that to anyone, let alone a bloke that's been through it 12 months prior.
Especially in a grand final, 2 minutes in to this game. It's an absolutely exciting start here at number 2. And who do you think is going to come on here?
I think Dan Murchell coming. I did play in second grade. He's the English guy that came out from up from Barraba last year. He played all the second grade. He was actually named in the side before Bill Coffey passed that fitness test. So no doubts that Dan Murchell will slot straight onto that wing. And he's a very similar sort of player to Dylan Rowney. Probably not as strong defensively, but yeah, got great wheels and can get on outside of his man, a strong fend.
Oh, and the Medicabs come out, James. I haven't seen that all semi-finals. That's a good asset to have here at number 2.
Yeah, mate. Wanderers, they don't miss anything. Wanderers have got everything covered. Yeah, the little Medicab, they've had that for a couple of years now, and fortunately, you don't get to see it too often. But a great initiative by them, and let's just hope it's not as serious as it actually looks.
I am impressed by the Southern Beaches over there, commandeering that Wanderers sign on the far side of the field, up the beaches. They're saying, covering the Wanderers banner, which has been a bit of conjecture over this week. A few sort of things going on online with that. How was the blog on Friday, Jimmy?
Yeah, the blog was very good. Not surprising. The crowd favourites are definitely Southern Beaches, and this, of course, they're the fairy tale story, aren't they? They're the sentimental favourite. The new boys on the block only came into Premier Rugby in 2007. First 3 or 4 years were very tough for them. But since Tim Chidgey came there in 2011, they've really changed the way they go about things. They've got a good squad together. The thing I like about him is that they've got some guys that were still playing that were around in those early days. So if they do win today, I mean, no one will deserve it more than the Delors and Tyler Austell and those families that were there when it started, and they're still there now.
As Rowney coming off the field on that Medicab, unfortunate for him. Fortunate though for Murch, who has played nearly a whole game in the second grade. Jimmy, he might be a little bit overdone, so to speak.
Well, there's one thing Wanderers are, they're fit, so I think adrenaline will get you through a grand final. He's on the wing, so he's not going to have to do a lot defensively, you wouldn't think. But yeah, once he gets through a gap, he can ping his ears back, and he has got some wheels. So a good finisher and a very good replacement.
Yeah, this breaking play could be a little bit counterproductive though for the Wanderers, who are on the attack and looking pretty good early on in this first half here at number 2 Sports Ground. Of course, we are streaming live on the Newcastle Herald and, of course, on Bar TV, the home of grassroots sports around the country. And if you're listening in around the world, don't forget to tweet us or hashtag Bar TV Sports or hashtag NHRU for all the updated info on this grand final. As the scrum's about to set for the first time in this match. Who do you like in the scrum piece?
Well,
Jimmy?
You think on size. When Southern Beaches switch on, they're very good scrum time. Obviously, they've got a lot of weight. They've got good body height. They've got a big popping second row as well. They drive through the middle. It's when they get lazy that they can tend to switch off. And I think that's when Wanderers will have a go at them. I'd expect Southern Beaches to stay nice and strong for this. But hopefully Wanderers have a crack. Colin Hobbles is very experienced on the tight end side. He played for the Bay of Plenty back in 2009, which is only 5 years ago in the ITM Cup. So he's a proven performer, and he anchors the Wanderers scrum, and it'll be one of the big contests throughout the game. Wanderers, just causing a little bit of pressure. You see Bartel Lever, he'll do it all day. Just picks it up and gets them going forward.
Oh, strip there for the Wanderers, and it could be on here if they use their hands as they come through. He's got one on the outside, but no, can't get the ball. And Beach has come back with the ball through Lamb, and Lamb shrugging off Billy Coffey as he comes through the middle, setting the ball up back towards his forwards as Lanzini comes over. There's a bit of a scuffle on down there, but nothing to see as Butler gets the ball, and that's a good clearing kick into the wind from Butler. The wind just holding that up. It's a terrible headwind there against Beaches in this half as Simmons comes forward and steps through one, steps through another, dances, and if they use it here, it could be on as Billy Coffey gets the ball. Will look to run over and just met there by Furphy, and that's a good tackle there by the Beaches defender.
Yeah, Wanderers don't have to score a first play here. They can build some pressure and get into the grind. That's where they're most effective. Is Andrew Tuala beats off 3 or 4 in a good run.
Yeah, good run Tuala. He was the difference last week as the ball coming now to Wivel. Wivel breaks one, gets through the other side as he goes towards the line. Wivel just held up, and Beaches come there in defence.
The numbers on the right here, Wanderers. They only got to spin it, you'd think.
Sherwood to Kevill. Kevill ball out to Simmons. Hands will do it. McDonald to the winger Murch. Murch on, and Murch has scored the first try in this grand final, and that's a good try by Wanderers. Weight of possession. Talk us through it, Jimmy.
Yeah, the injury aside, it's been all Wanderers in the first 5 minutes. It just shows how stiff that breeze is to kick into. Both kicks have hung up. That time Bill Coffey did well. Luke Simmons was the one that started. He beat 3 or 4, and that got the Southern Beaches defensive line a little ragged. And then they showed a bit of composure. Bill Coffey went to the ground. They set it up. Andrew Tuala took it up again. He made 5 or 6 metres. From that moment on, Southern Beaches were always stretched. They went to the right. That's where the numbers were. And it was a case just simply of not even quick hands, smooth hands out to the right. Dan Murch had nothing but space in front of him. He strolled over for the easiest of tries.
Yeah, 8 minutes gone with a little bit of injury time there, and Wivell with a kick. He's been absolutely unbelievable with his boot this semi-final series. We go to the replay, and Kevill with a good ball out there to Simmons. Simmons to McDonald, and McDonald just had to draw and pass to Murch, and Murch strolls over as casually as you like here at number 2 Sports Ground. And it's been a pretty cracking start here for the Wanderers at number 2 in this grand final. Brought to you by Bar TV and, of course, the Newcastle Herald. As Wivell comes around with that odd kicking setup that he has here at number 2 as he sets the ball up. And the Wanderers guys totally ecstatic for that one. He takes a big deep breath in here, Wivell. First kick of the game. It's what goal kickers won right in front of the Beaches supporters. They're absolutely giving it to him here at number 2 Sports Ground as he comes in, strikes it.
Hit it nicely.
And he's absolutely nailed that one, dealt with that one, and that's a easy 2-point conversion there for Wivell from the sideline. As the Beaches come back now, they're going to have to hit back and play this game down in the Wanderers half. I'd imagine with this wind, they're going to have to go for the deep one, Jimmy.
Yeah, they try to. Geez, James Wivell would have loved that. He loves nothing more. I was there at, I think it was Townsend Oval when Merrill the Carlton were into him. I was there at Waratah when the Waratah supporters did exactly the same. And up at Maitland at the Cauldron, it was the same story. Same result every time, straight over the black dot. They
Sherwood
go a bit
under
deep.
it. Oh, he's
tackle.
absolutely belted there, Sherwood. Sorry for cutting you off there, Jimmy. But Wivell does like the crowd in his face anyway. He's that type of player. As the ball comes back now to the man we're talking about, Wivell, and that's a good, long clearing kick to Lamb, who reads it well. May look to counter. He doesn't like kicking too much, Lamb, as he comes back, and he's going to be isolated here as he comes back towards his centres there, and they clean up well there as they take the ball forward through Gavin. Delore at the back there, just hunting round to Butler. Butler, oh, that's a poor pass there from the 5'8" to Delore, and Delore cleans up well as they take the ball in towards halfway. He's still going there, Delore.
Yeah, first time the Southern Beaches have really got their hands on the ball. Oh, a nice little pass from Willie Fraser on the inside to VAR. But they need to string some phases here and get in the game.
Yes, this small ruck play here will probably do it for the Beaches just to settle themselves a bit, do you think, Jimmy?
Yeah, there's no point kicking into this bruise. We've already seen that. You're better off having the ball in hand, doing the hard work, draining some time off the clock, and waiting for a little hole to appeal. As Dan Kevill pulls off a nice shot there on Glenn Stone.
Yeah, met well there by the Wanderers. Not committing too many in the ruck, just letting Beaches come at them on about halfway here. Good tactic by the Wanderers in defence. As Butler comes through, he's got no one on the inside, was looking to pass, and he's absolutely dealt with by Sherwood at the end of that.
James Wivell just slipped off that tackle there, but Luke Sherwood just some nice cover. Look at numbers on the left here.
Delore has the ball. He's got his brother on the outside, but doesn't find him. Good little run there by Delore. Fraser picks it up from the back, looking to pass it, and doesn't. Vartalever's there, takes it forward as he will do all day, and that's a good run there, taking it inside the 20. Go the blind side there, and Delore to Delore. He's got one to beat. No, he's taken well there by the Wanderers, and that's a penalty here.
Yeah, he played long advantage there, Jared Logan. I think he had the men for offside. No, not coming back in through the gate. So interesting choice for Southern Beaches. They try and get some early points on the board, or into this wind, pretty difficult kick. They just plug it to the corner and let their forwards rumble.
Yeah, I think the line-out option with the maul probably would be the best one here, kicking into this wind. It is from the sideline, but Butler, he's quite good with the boot as well. They are going for the sideline, though, putting the pressure on the Wanderers. Probably look to kick it about 5 metres out to attack here. This wind could play a little bit of trouble with the line-out throw-ins here. Gavin is pretty good and on the money.
Yeah, he's a back row converted to a hooker, though. He's only been playing hooker the last couple of years, so different sort of pressure in the grand final, particularly when you're 5 metres out from the opposition line and your team's banking on it, you hit the target, but he does straight to Glenn Stone. Wanderers didn't contact that. They come straight through and disrupted that maul very well.
Yeah,
good
ball
line
shot
spread
out the back there. Oh, and Delore comes through the middle and takes it back to where the line-out was formed as VAR takes it off the back. Maybe a little hint of offside. No. As Wanderers just drive him back, and that's
great. Good up under his ribcage and just kept him going backwards. You don't see that in the Vartalever too often.
Yeah, good hit there by Tuala as Willie So takes it forward. Hard man to put down from that position. So, as all little inside ball to Fraser, his partner in crime there. Ball comes out the back to Delore as he stands in the tackle there, Fraser. Gonna have to probably look to keep this rucking movement going as taken around the legs well there by Wanderers.
Yeah, 3 times the two big boys have hit it up, and 3 times they've gone around their ankles. They obviously devised that that's the way to bring them down.
And here he goes again, big Willie Fraser. No one else is playing this game here as Delore gets the ball out the back. Scrappy there, Lamb has it on the back. He's going to try and probably beat them, but not very successful there, and absolutely ragdolled to the ground as they come through there. The Beach, he picks us up. He's taken over the sideline though, and that's good defence by the Wanderers. And Billy Coffey absolutely giving him a serve.
Yeah, Billy Coffey, the big show. He loves it, doesn't he? He'll talk it up all day. But yeah, it looks like I thought he popped his head through that ruck there. It was a good little option, but then Wanderers recovered well, and they got numbers there, and they just grunted him over the sideline.
Yeah, and Butler, the mad Irishman, having a bit of a word too, and Logan not quite ready for that. Not a big enough gap there, I think, as well. A little bit of scuffle in the back play. It's all happening this grand final. At number 2 Sports Ground as they go up, and it's gone over the top for Lanzini, and Lanzini comes through, bumps one off. That's a good run there by Lanzini.
They're always dangerous going long in your own line with the line out throw, and that time Wanderers paid the price. They're pouring in here.
They've got it on the blind side here if they use it. Probably too slow now.
Big Willie say, you know what he's going. It's Willie Fraser.
Willie Fraser.
There's no doubt what he was going to do. Picks it up. He's still going inches short.
Yeah, good control here shown by Southern Beaches. As Austell comes forward with the ball and taking about 5 metres out. Beaches are going to have to get there. They're slow to get there, and they are. Wanderers, little knock on there maybe by Wanderers coming through. Good counter-rucking though as Beaches have the ball back now. Logan playing the advantage.
They've got a little overlap on the left here, Beaches, but Bartel Lever tucks it up under his arm, passes the ball inside. It's all a bit scrappy. I think we'll go back for the knock on.
It'll be a knock on here. Advantage played well and good there. But Wanderers are going to have the feed against them here, and a good attacking opportunity again for Southern Beaches, who have had this Wanderers side pinned down here for the last couple of minutes and not looking very sort of coordinated here, Jimmy.
Yeah, but still it's been a good reply, hasn't it? First time in a grand final, you can see the try within the first couple of minutes. It's easy to drop your head and the game could be gone before you've recovered. But no, they've responded well. This is a big scrum. I'd be surprised if Bartel Lever doesn't pick this up and take it to the blind side.
Yeah, blindside on. Lamb's on that blindside too. He's very dangerous. Marking up against him is Cal McDonald and Murch. Delore, he's had points galore in this semi-final series on the wing there. Andrew Delore, as the ball comes to the back. No, they go the open side through Butler. Oh, and he's been absolutely cleaned out there. And that's a great hit.
Yeah, Luke Minch, you got him with everything but the kitchen sink. He's from Medowie. I think he wound up from Medowie to hit him with that one. And then they've got a penalty out. They won't like that. You watch the big Beaches boys come in and try and get a bit of return for that great hit.
Yeah, a bit of push and shove. Lanzini not happy with something. But that was an absolute bell ringer as we go to the replay for Bar TV. That was an absolute cracking hit there by Mention.
He stood up nice.
It's a penalty here for Wanderers.
He got him with everything just under the rib cap and jolted him. You heard the thud up here.
Right.
Yes, and the crowd certainly went up, Jimmy, as the ball comes off the back of the scrum here for Bar TV replays. Butler gets the ball and it absolutely cracked. Wasn't looking, went to pass it, and he's still feeling that, Butler, out there. He's taking the deep breaths in, and a little bit of a scuffle here. And nothing doing. Ben Ham, a little bit of a push. Groth, a bit of a push. Lanzini. That's handbags at 5 paces there for mine, Jimmy Gardner.
I think they're going to change this. It looks like perhaps they're going to change this call and say it was a shoulder charge. My goodness, what's going on?
He's calling a head-high tackle. I think that's disappointing. No, he hasn't. He's had a bit of a word, but definitely not a shoulder charge or a head-high tackle. That was just a good, clean hit.
Grand final time. It's not Saturday netball under 12s. Great hit. Glad Jared Logan. This is a grand final. It's not, as you said, it's not a game down the park where you're having a bit of fun. This is a grand final. There's going to be big hits. We're a contact sport.
You speak about netball under 12s. Shout out to Dennis Shaw, the former Merriweather Carlton coach, is now taking on under 12s netball, would you believe? And I tell you what, I've spoken to him, and it's a little bit more violent than you give it credit for, Jimmy.
Fair enough. Might just have a cheerio here too. What we got? Quick tap here.
Quick tap, and that's a penalty at Marty Delore. He's got Marshall on the outside, doesn't use him. Probably could have reset that, maybe taken the points as Willie So takes it forward. Wanderers, for mine, were offside there, but no advantage played as they take the ball forward to about the 5-metre line. Off the back there, taking it into possession. Closing in, Iopa, and Willie So comes forward, and Willie So's over!
Held up.
Oh, he's held up.
I think he landed on one of the Wanderers.
Wow.
Magnificently to get the ground there. He landed on top of him. I think he thought he was over, Willie So. But,
yes, imagine getting under that big body, Jimmy. I wouldn't like to be whoever that was. I think it was Ben Ham, actually, who took that one.
Mixed martial art exponent, Ben Ham. So he's used to get his body in strange positions. He did fabulously well just to get underneath big Willie So and deny him a certain type of winner.
As they come for a scrum, as we watch the Bar TV replay here. Try and get a good angle on it. Scrum contact though as they come off the back there through Glenn Stone And Big Willie So just looking around, picking the ball up, and Ben Ham, too good. That's a grand final winner right there, Jimmy, as the two scrums come together now. Beaches will try and look to put some pressure on here. It's up there, and VAR controlling it very well at the back there. VAR, he takes it the blind side. Probably the wrong option they were set. They're going to need to get numbers there. I don't think he's got the ball to the back as they take the ball forward through Lanzini, and Big Willie Fraser clears a few out, as does Willie So. The ball at the back, coming forward here through Beaches.
They're screaming through the Beaches' backs, but doesn't look like the forwards want to give them to this stage. This is where they're at their best, their big busting forward pack. They're just getting there bit by bit.
Something happened there, and that'll be a changeover, and that's good. Good defence on the line there by the Wanderers, just holding the ball in too long, the Southern Beaches side. Not releasing was the call. And this is a good start for both sides to this grand final, with Wanderers so far winning 7 to Southern Beaches 0. But good defence here, really digging deep the Wanderers side.
I spoke to Todd Loudon earlier in the week, and he said, we talked about grand finals and about moments and taking, he said, in grand finals is more than one big moment. I think we've seen 2 of them so far. 2 great pieces of defence from Wanderers. They need to keep at it, because the Beaches are building some pressure here nicely. They've got their backs fanned out to the left. Wingers, Andrew Delore, very, very wide.
Yeah, it looks like Billy Coffey's going to take this one off the ruck here and just set play up for the kick. And no, Ben Hand comes out. He's going to put a bit of pressure on him here, because he was caught well by the Beaches defence off that scrum, read it pretty well as they come through. And that's a good defence there as Wivel comes back now for the kick. Plenty of pressure on him here through Stone, but that's a good clearing kick there by Wivel, and he's got him up to about the 40-metre line out of trouble. And that's a good clearing kick there by Wivel. He's been in good form this final series.
He has. He's a kid that was a great swimmer coming up through the ranks, and when he turned to footy, he started as a winger sort of fullback, but he's gradually got moved into the pack. But he's got a thumping left boot, not only with goal kicking, but also in general play, and that's a good 40-metre race and a great pressure reliever for the two Blues.
Yes, and Southern Beaches with the throw here. They'll probably go to Stone, and they do, and that's a good line out there as they keep them all up. VAR to lever with it at the back. Still up on their feet though, Beaches. They drive the ball forward. Coming forward now. This is good play here by Beaches. Good control by them from the forwards in this ball. As VAR takes the ball forward. He's got no one with him though. He's going to have to get the Beaches players over, and yes, Iopa comes over, cleaning out for him there. As Delore at the back to Butler. Butler cuts out Delore to Austell. Austell to Lamb. Lamb with a bit of space to move now. Draws one and doesn't pass, but gets through the other side, but tackled there. Tries to advance a little bit, doesn't really get to. On the far side now, as Austell cleaning around. No, Delore, at the back there as he's met well there by the Wanderers defence, taking a little bit forward.
A little show and go there, but didn't quite come up for him. They didn't fall for it that time. You watch them do that as both forward packs get tired, as Willie Fraser makes another surging burst.
Yes, he's had a big start to this game, Willie Fraser, and they go the blind side. That's a rocket pass there from Delore and not finding his mark, and that'll be, that's a penalty to Beaches, and Wanderers a little bit offside there is the call from Jared Logan. Wanderers discipline a little bit, letting them down this first half, Jimmy.
Yeah, so 3 penalties to 1 now. All of them being pretty much in their own quarter. So, again, they truck it up this time, not go the line out. Looking to
quick tap.
Build some more pressure here, Southern Beaches.
Interesting play there as half-back through Delore. Delore's over, and that's poor defence from the Wanderers side as he just skips through and gets through the other end, and that's a good half-back's try there for Southern Beaches here at number 2 Sports Ground.
Yeah, a minute earlier it was Andy Delore who came up the wing and tried to show and go. No one fell for it. This time after 5 or 6 more plays of defence, the Wanderers players were a little bit tired. I think Luke Sherwood shifted out one step, and that opened up a little gap for Marty Delore. He took it. He just went straight through. He's like an extra breakaway in terms of his size and his power, and that was all he needed, that little gap, and he was through, and that's a great reply from Southern Beaches, and one that you could see coming.
Yeah, definitely building towards that one as we go to the Bar TV replay. As we look at it here, little quick tap here by Butler, catching Wanderers a little bit off guard as VAR takes it forward into contact. Good run there as they come over, bridge nicely, and the gap just opens up. Tuala, I think it was. Tuala let him through, just not aiming up there at the breakdown at the pillar and post area, and that's too easy. That's as easy as a halfback try you'll get.
Yeah, thank you.
As they come for the kick now, Butler, he's been pretty good this semi-final series and leading into it as well. As you've mentioned before, he's a Gaelic football player. So he's got that ball in the upright position here. Don't see too much of that these days as he takes a big, deep breath in front of his home crowd. Home supporters on the other side of the field. He comes in, strikes it, and he's absolutely nailed it, and that will bring the scores level. 7-all here at number 2 Sports Ground. And thanks for tuning in, everyone at home, at the pubs and clubs, and of course live on the Newcastle Herald and Bar TV.
I know we've got a couple of watchers over in France, Les and Debbie Sherwood, who are watching their son Luke, captain of Wanderers today, and of course his younger sons Nathan and Mark played in the second grade game. So we're going worldwide today, Gareth.
On the World Wide Web, Jimmy, as the kickoff comes back and kicked out of trouble into that wind and not getting much distance on it, getting it to about 40 metres out here with the Wanderers attacking opportunity, I feel. Now the Wanderers have to sort of get back into this game, Jimmy. They've been out of it the last 10 minutes or so, a lot of pressure, so the ball through the hands has been good for them so far. Will they keep doing it, do you think, as the ball comes through the middle there? Oh, good little ball there to Wivel as they take the ball forward.
The numbers here on the left, they're
Sherwood to Simmons. McDonald's on the out. Simmons takes it in. Oh, McDonald on the inside, but that's been called a obstruction, and that's unlucky there for the Wanderers.
You normally know when there's an obstruction. There's normally some sort of response from the crowd or from the players, but yeah, that one I thought it was just a sweeping play, but unless he's pulled it back. And Southern Beaches get an opportunity to put this out of their own half and build some more pressure.
Yeah, he's going to want to have to make sure of this one, Butler. That's unlucky for the Wanderers. They had a pretty good attacking opportunity there. First one in about 10 minutes with 25 gone. Of course, there is a little bit of injury time. So I'm picking it at about 20 minutes gone in this match. So we're about halfway through. And it's been an absolute cracker.
Yeah, the thing about both teams is the continuity of play. They've both been able to string phases together. Wanderers had the ball for the first 10 minutes basically and scored 7 points. And then Southern Beaches have had the ball for the last 7 minutes. No cheap turnovers. Except there's one from a line out as we speak.
Iopa comes through. Good clean up there by Iopa. Poor line out. Trying a little bit of a different play there with the short numbers in. Butler calling for it. Oh, cup deep. And that's a bit high there maybe as Jared Logan says play on. Doesn't feel the need to pull it up. As Delore comes over, good little chip over the top as Simmons reads that well and comes around, beats one, comes around, all taken out there, had Billy Coffey looming on the inside, and that's good. Good defence there by Delore.
Yeah, Michael Delore did well though. He was just off balance, Luke Simmons. You think if he had one more step, he probably wouldn't able to get that ball on the inside, but he was just off balance and they just nudged him into touch. This game's getting real tasty.
Yeah, short line out again. Didn't go too well for them last time. Stone is the go-to man for the Beaches side, but Iopa goes up and Fraser's juggling at the back. He's not the most nimble man and doesn't dive on it, and that's been called a knock-on here for Logan. The referee calls a knock-on, and that's good pressure there by the Wanderers in that line-out.
Yeah, they read it well, didn't they? They picked it over. They got a man up. They just did enough to put him off. He couldn't get a hand to it, and the ball spit out the back. But I think it went forward off his hand, obviously into a Wanderer's hand, which negated. I guess we just signalled the knock-on. This is our first good look at the scrum over this side. Wanderers' feet on this one. I think they'll just look to anchor in and be nice and solid.
Yeah, definitely. And Colin Hovell, he's given up a bit of weight, but as you mentioned before, he's probably the leader of this front row for Wanderers, and he really sort of digs in and doesn't let his weight sort of have a disadvantage here, Jimmy.
Well, you come up in that New Zealand system and you're playing the ITM Cup, you've got to be able to hold your own to scrum. He was at Scone the last couple of years, but first year down here, certainly I think at 34, 35, he probably hasn't got too much good footy left in him, but he's had a good start to this game.
Yeah, Lamb a little bit isolated here as the Wanderers come through. Good kick chase there. Calls for offside from that scrum, but to no avail. The crowd was probably dreaming a little bit there as VAR comes forward again. It's about his 15th carry in this game. Delore at the back now to Butler. Butler with that little kick across the side. Read well there by Murch, though, up. And this is a good attacking opportunity for Wanderers. They come now to about 30 metres out.
They've got numbers on the left here, Wanderers, but there's a couple of big forwards out there, so they'll probably try and just ease things down. They can't. As we said, they were guilty of trying to score a first phase in that major semi. It really backfired on them. They're just settling this into their grind.
Yeah, good ball to Simmons there with the forwards come through. He makes a little break. He's got one on the inside. Yes, Tuala has the ball now and carries them forward. Tuala, hard to put down as they're about 15 out now at number 2 Sports Ground and taken off that back there by Groff. Just settling here, Wanderers, and taken into contact there by
Kevill. Just backing his way in. They're just getting reorganised here, Wanderers. That's the thing about Southern Beaches. Their defence is very good. If they can keep this line, they're very hard to penetrate.
Yeah, I think they've got them for the wide attack here, though, as they come out here. And that's, he's met him well there, Butler. Good tackle there by the Beaches. As they come forward, Simmons dummies on the inside, outside now to Rahui. Rahui shrugs one off. Good run there by Rahui. He sets on the line, but every time he gets the ball, Jimmy.
Yeah, very good in his feet, light little dancer. And defensively, he's very strong for a kid so small. Only a 20-year-old in his first real year out of under 20s as a country player. Here goes Kevill on the charge.
All met well there by Fraser, though, as he gets the ball back, Kevill. Now Tuala with the ball. He won't look to pass. He bumps one off. Good run here by Tuala. He keeps going. As the Sherwood at the back now, but no, they pick and drive there through Fletcher. Good option while the forwards come around.
Yeah, they're building here, Wanderers. They're building.
Good ball out. Fletcher now to Kevill. Kevill takes him on. Good hard run there by Kevill. That's what we like to see from him. And Sherwood tripped up at the back there now to Ham. And Ham takes on his opposite VAR and gets over that advantage line. Billy Coffey with the ball. He's got everything to do as he gets around one. No, he doesn't. As the Wanderers now scheming. Tuala's calling for the ball and cuts him out. And
he was up early there, Logan. He got away with that one. Yes. Touch judges to give him some help here, Jared Logan.
And they come in now through Wivon. He's met hard there by Lanzini. That's a good shot there. And him and Kevill, a little bit of a scuffle in the background. As McDonald with the ball at first receiver, gets through one and taken to about over the 10-metre line. And that's coming through there by Beaches, and that's offside. And they've been coming for that all day, and Jared Logan blows the penalty, and Wanderers now, I think, probably will go for goal here.
Yeah, you'd think so. I'll give 3 points.
How's your leg, mate?
Getting some directions from the sideline here. And the last 3 or 4 minutes have really taken some energy out of them. They've been bumping it up. Good
Keep
defence.
your hands off the ground when you go for it. I need you to support your own weight.
It's good. Yeah, it's a grand final.
Yes, and of course, big shout out to Nelson Bay guys watching it in at the country club out there, or the bowling club, and of course, everyone who's left from Merewether Carlton listened to it at the Burwood Inn. Game day sponsors today is Butler's High, and they've set up pretty well for mine. There's tents everywhere. They put on a pretty good show here, Jimmy.
They have indeed, they have. And looking at the crowd, I think it's possibly the biggest grand final crowd in probably 3 or 4 years, maybe even since that 2009 epic next door at number 1 Sports Ground when Wanderers take on the old foe Merewether Carlton. So great to see people here getting in numbers.
Yeah, numbers probably up around that 4,000 mark, I think, here.
Mate, I think it'll be a few more on that. I reckon there'll be 5.5 here, given the crowd that were here earlier as well. I think it's a bump crowd.
I'll let you do the head count on that one, Jimmy, as we get back to the kickoff. Ball a little bit slow to come in. Butler with the ball. He'll do his customary bounce on halfway line there. As they go to kick off, probably going to look to put it deep again. It worked for them last time. The score here, 10 to the Wanderers. Beaches are 7 as the ball high there, and Beaches come back with it. And Iopa with the ball as and he's met well there, and that's a good cracking tackle.
Again, he was straight on the ball too. What a great piece of play from Luke Minchin, the centre. A great shot, and then he was on his feet and then straight on the ball. But it was a terrific kick-off as well. He put that so sky high up into the sun, and Leopa came through. But it was a great piece of recovery from Luke Minchin. Well done.
Yeah, it was up there for a good 5 seconds, that kick, and just holding up in the wind, and that was definitely a good hard tackle there as Iopa's getting a little bit of attention.
He's come out worse for wear, that one.
Yeah, knocked the wind out of him, I think. I think he'll be back
Logan
up.
Again. No, it looks like it's a penalty. My goodness.
He's a reverser. I don't know about that one. That's definitely bad luck for Wanderers, and they're going to go for goal here. And Jared Logan, little call from the touch judge. I mean,
dear, oh dear.
What are they thinking? I mean, that was just a good, hard, solid hit.
27 gone.
As we go to the Bar TV replay for that one. Yeah, I don't understand that really, Jimmy. I mean, that was just good, classic, hard rugby union at its best here at number 2 Sports Ground.
Yeah. He's just got to support.
And as we look at the big high kickoff, that's a great kickoff there by Southern Beaches to get the ball. Iopa makes a good, and he's just probably got him for a shoulder charge, but I don't know. How can you get your arms around him when you've launched yourself at someone like that? It's unbelievable.
Yeah, hard done by there, I think Luke mentioned. I guess they've got to be consistent though now. He needs to learn his lessons from that mention. Obviously, it's not on. They're not going to let you do it, so he has to change the way he goes about it.
Yes, as Butler lines the ball up. Big, deep breath in here. The crowd's a little bit quiet here. There's some chanting going on from the other side of the ground. As Beaches look to even the score here. He's kicked it, and he has missed it.
Justice, perhaps, you would think.
Yeah, he's hooked that one. Usually pretty safe, and that was an easy kick. Might rue that one later as they come back for the restart at the 22-metre line here. Both sides here absolutely in this contest. It's been about 30 minutes gone in this match. The clock will say 35, but we had that injury replacement early on as they come back here through Stone, and that's a good pass out there to Delore on the inside there to his brother, Martin Delore, as he bumps off a couple. That's a good run there by the halfback as VAR takes it from the back and takes it into contact well there, Bartoleva. And here comes Willie So, and Willie So around his ankles there. I think that's been the order of the day for these two big boppers here for the Southern Beaches. He's still not down on the ground, and here he is now. And ball now to Fraser, his front row partner. We've been saying that a lot. They've had a lot of work here as Austell comes through the middle. There, all good, taken well there by Sherwood.
Yeah, real bootlacer that one. Chopped him down nice and quick.
Got it.
Yes, and they're calling for it through VAR, and VAR takes the ball forward, looking here to set it up here. Beaches had plenty of possession here in this first half as Willie Fraser takes it from the back again. Good run there by Fraser, making about 5 metres.
Geez, they grow when they get in this quarter. The two big boppers, they go to the left. Talaleva again.
Oh, a little ball out there, and that's to Delore on the wing. He's going to be held out, and does he get it over? As the ball's still in play, the referee says. Just rucking forward here, slowly but surely, the Beaches, and that's a short ball to Willie So. Good run there as he gets over. He hasn't got it down, though. He's held up, and that's another big effort there by the Wanderers side, who are doing everything here on their own line. By rights, should be down by a couple. Weight of possession here by Southern Beaches, but really digging in the Wanderers side, Jimmy.
Yeah, they are. They're good defence. That's a little bit predictable for Southern Beaches, though. When you see those big boppers come, you know what your job is to do. I'd like to see perhaps next time a little bit of a decoy from them and spin it wide. You think they might have some numbers, but...
Yeah, the trouble is, though, I think Martin Delore's getting caught a little bit in that ruck, so they've got no other options but to take it forward. I mean,
and they have been so effective this year, getting over that last metre. When you can see that white chalk in front of you, there's only one thing you want to do when you're a forward, that's put your head down and go.
Yeah, that's right, and I'll tell you what, I wouldn't like to be stopping him. I remember packing against Willie So when he was about 19 years old. I'll tell you what, he was half the size that he is now as they come into contact here for the scrum on the far side of your screen.
Yeah, big moment in the game. This 10 minutes short of half time. Southern Beach has been pressurising Wanderers line for the last 5 of it. Oh, good scrum here, just lifting up a little bit, getting a bit scrappy at the back.
Yeah, good scrum from Wanderers and holding the pressure there. They've done well as Lanzini clears out. Oh, and Butler's had a big look there, and that's a good effort for the Wanderers defence, getting up in his face and just causing the mistake, forcing the mistake, Jimmy.
Yeah, important this scrum. You think Southern Beach will really lift after that little, I guess, poor spell. It was a poor scrum from them. It was a bit scrabby. The ball got at the back, and then Mark Butler was thinking about other things rather than catching the football and just spilled it. So, big scrum this one. Wanderers need to really dig those legs in, dig those anchors in, and provide some nice ball at the back to get out of territory.
Yes, and scrum taking a little while to get set as the trainers come out and feed.
We've also got a bit of claret coming out his head there, obviously. It's been sent for some attention.
They won't be too unhappy with that, though, the Break Wanderers. They've been doing a lot of defending in this first half, and Beaches, haven't really capitalised on it here. But to the Wanderers' credit, they've been really digging deep, as I've mentioned.
Yeah, they dug the heels in, haven't they? They've really aimed up defensively. They'd be very disappointed with that soft try they let in for Money Delore in similar circumstances in that 20-minute period. They really lifted from that, and they've dug in, and they're pretty determined to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yes, and penalty blown there. Oh, time on, sorry. I thought penalty was blown there. I thought, what is Jared Logan thinking? But obviously he's thinking scrum, Jimmy. As the two packs meet again, maybe for the last time in this half. We've still probably got about 5 minutes to go here in the first half, and it started off really exciting, but now it's started to be a bit of a grind here, Jimmy.
Yeah, defence has really taken over the last 20 minutes. Both teams, when they get down in the red zone as such, the thing about them is they're being patient, aren't they? They're not trying to score first phase, and both defences have really aimed up as a result.
Oh, good scrum there by Beaches, just twisting it, but
James off the back there. Well at the back. They was lucky to get away from that Wanderers. They just relaxed, and as we said, Beaches really amped up the pressure on that one as Ham is met with a solid tackle.
Good run there by Ham, but met well.
No.
Taking the ball maybe a little high into contact there as Simmons calling for it. That's a good... Oh, that's a bad kick there by Simmons. It was a good option to get rid of it, but just not finding the line where he wanted to, Simmons, especially with that breeze to his back.
Yeah, not really noted for his general kicking and general play. Luke Simmons, pretty accomplished goal kicker. Not probably in the same stratosphere as James Wivel, but he's more a passing and running 5'8". Yeah,
Well, you can't really kick with chicken legs like that, mate.
True. That's where I think late in the game, you'll see Mark Sherwood coming, and that's where he'll bring that kicking and that pressure game. But he'll be kicking into the wind in the second half.
Yeah, he'll definitely be up against it as the Beaches side goes up through Stone and looking to maul it here, and just holding on here at the back, Vartaliva as he comes forward and taken to ground now. Good defence again there by the Wanderers. Delore just slowing things down at the back, and Butler with it. Poor service there as passed out wide there. Marshall has Lamb on the outside. Lamb steps through and takes it to ground that time. Lamb dancing with the sideline again though, not too far away as the ball kept in, and Butler passes it off to Delore, and Delore takes it forward, taking some pressure off his forwards. They'll look to pick and drive here, Jimmy. And they do through Gavin.
Bartaleva just looming out. He's going to make a beeline for NHRU. Those two have gone at it all first half, and it looks like they're set up again.
As he takes the ball a little bit wide and goes towards his opposite there in Ham, and definitely no love lost there, Jimmy, and that's a good tackle there by Ham, and Willie So takes it forward and wrapped up well by Kevill, who'll never miss him all game. Wrong man to run to. He wants to run to some of these little blokes for Wanderers. A little chip over the top there for Butler. No one there as they come through, and that's Simmons. Cleans up well as he kicks them out of trouble, and that's good reading the play there by Simmons. No one at home. I didn't think he'd come across, but he did, Jimmy.
Yeah, great little piece of enterprise there from Mark Butler. We haven't seen that in his game. He's more a long tactical kicker more so than that little bit of individual brilliance. But yeah, it nearly paid off for him. An odd bounce, and it might have gone into his hands rather than Luke Simmons. But he was like a whip. It got across, made two clean strides to get some space, and then roofed it down 40 metres out.
Yes, as the throw coming in now, Wanderers up for it, and they nearly lost it there, the Beaches. The Butler comes up with it from the back, and little ball inside to Delore, who's going to get caught up in this ruck again, so they're going to probably look to go from the back. Sorry, Delore's lookalike. It must have been Jimmy. As the ball comes out now to,
Michael Delore just stepped off his right, got through a half gap, but they got there in numbers, Wanderers. But no, Southern Beaches get some support there just in time. Marty Delore picks it up again. This is Ray Furphy, the smallest back row you will ever see.
Yeah,
he's
Ray
pretty strong.
Furphy.
Gets that over the ad line.
Ray Furphy, obviously been there from day dot for Southern Beaches. The veteran in his size, Willie So takes it forward.
Yeah, he's a veteran, but he's only 26, and hard to believe. But yeah, he was in that first crop of Colts that came in back in 2007.
Yeah, good run there by the Beaches as they come towards the 20-metre line, and Iopa comes forward now. He's been pretty strong so far this game.
Strong.
Ball at the back searching there. Delore as Willie Fraser takes it forward. As they come in their own 20 now, Wanderers. As Delore met well there but shrugs him off. Can he get the ball away? No. Might get caught here, might get isolated here, the Beaches. But no, Wanderers don't get enough bodies there as they come forward through Delore. He's playing like a ninth forward here, isn't he?
Yeah, that's his game. He's played halfback all his life, but he could have played number 6 or 7 for sure.
Ball around the back there, and Stone takes it forward. Lanzini will pick. Yes, he does. Takes it forward to Iopa and may have the ball here. No, ball at the back, and Butler takes it forward. Tries to skip through the line there and gets it over the advantage line well there.
No one at home again here for Wanderers. It'll be interesting to see they try that little grubber in behind again. Murch from the right ring sort of shadowing there, but he's certainly not direct.
And he's taken the ball in and held up. Can't get the ball out, and that'll be a Beaches feed here at number 2 Sports Ground, Jimmy.
Every chance for everyone to take a breath. It's been pretty rugged the last 5 or so minutes. James Wivel just down his haunches again. Definitely got a split there. He's in a little bit of trouble. For Wanderers' sake, they needed him on the ground for his kicking alone.
Yeah, it can't be too long to go in this half. We've got 43 on the clock, but as we mentioned earlier on, Rowney had that injury, and it took up quite a amount of time, probably about 5 minutes. So if you're looking at the clock, there's probably a couple of minutes to go in this half, and And Beaches have been doing all the attacking. They've had a weight of possession, but just not being able to capitalise on it, Jimmy.
Yeah, important period. This is last scrum.
You guys are
Wanderers need to hang on. 10-7 with this win is probably not enough, you'd think. But the way they come home strong in terms of their fitness, crucial they don't let him one here.
Yes, and Beaches, on the other hand, they'll be disappointed if they don't get a try here. They've had all the run of the play for about 20 or so minutes here. And if they don't score, you know, Tim Chichi's probably going to give them a rocket at half-time, I'd imagine.
Yeah, but I don't think they've done anything. I don't think it's very poor play. Sure, they've knocked it on a couple of times, but they haven't really paid the price for that. It's just been good defence from both teams. They've numbed up well. They've aimed up in close. The big boppers haven't made the ground they normally do. And when they've gone wide, Wanderers have scrambled well. Vice versa at the other end, when Wanderers have asserted some pressure early in that half. Other than that one try, Southern Beaches have also defended their hearts out.
Yes, and talking to Bobby Harrison before the game, the Wanderers trainer, he is speaking about the engines of this Wanderers side. I mean, he's coached and trained a lot of teams, Bobby Harrison. He said this is the fittest team he's had in his rugby career. As the ball comes out wide, little kick through, wrong option there as Murch jumps on it, but he's knocked on and McDonald gets it. Beach's ball now as Delore comes through and he's met well there by Wivel. As the ball needs to come out here, but he's going to call a knock on, not coming out. And Wanderers may have turned the ball over anyway. And that's a good...
That would have been a heartbreaker for Beaches had that little kick through not gone to hand rather than bounced up like a ping ball. A pinball, sorry.
Yeah, that's a good read there by the Wanderers defence. Not on. Should have held the ball in hand and tried to get a bit of possession coming into half-time. As the ball now to be fed by Martin Delore. Beach's side have a big back line set to the right. Maybe a little set play on here through the middle, through Austell. I have noticed he comes through on a sweep back in play sometimes. That might be the call of the day here in the back line. As the scrum twisted, so VAR's going to have to take it off the back, but no, it's spun. And the Wanderers have won that one back.
I think that's a sign of Wanderers' fitness coming through there. Scrum time is when you expel the most energy, and Southern Beaches have worked pretty hard the last 15 minutes. Wanderers just managed to get a wheel on that. They just need to stay strong again. Another concentration for 10 seconds. Get this ball at the back, relieve some pressure, and then you think it's half-time mustn't be far away.
Yeah, it can't be far away as Jared Logan looks at his watch. Probably the last scrum to be set. You'll probably see Wanderers kick the ball out and look to go into the sheds at half-time and just regroup a little bit. They're going to be up against it in this second half with this wind absolutely hurricaning in, Jimmy.
Yeah, it is. I think that's a challenge that no doubt Todd Loudon will set them. You won't see much kicking from them in the second half. It'll be ball in hand, more of the same. And their fitness is at that level where they can do that.
Yes, and comes through a little break there and, nearly gets his arm away, the Wanderers. Knock on.
Knocked it on in the tackle.
Yeah, definite knock on there. And
a little bit unlucky there, Wanderers. Just a little bit careless, I guess, scrappy. Just needed a good place there, but just got bobbled at the back, and he's called a little knock on there.
Yeah, he was on the spot and mentions down there as he made that little half break. He came down a little bit awkwardly on his knee, I think.
Yeah, he doesn't look real flashy.
This isn't good coming into half-time. Who do they bring on? Barrett, you'd imagine?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's a like for like, no doubt, so they won't lose anything there. Anthony Barrett's played for New South Wales country. He's played for Manly. Played a first-grade final for Manly. Played overseas. He was the heart and soul of this joint for a long time. Their captain last year, and him and mentioned a like for like. They're both big, bustling inside centres, strong defensively, and always get you over that ad line.
Yeah, definitely. And mentioned still getting a little bit of attention, as we mentioned.
There's been a lot of talk about the referees in the last 3 weeks. Well, I think Jared Logan's had a pretty good start this, bar from those couple of shots that we thought were legitimate, which they've called for shoulders or swinging arms. Outside of that, he's had pretty good control of this game. Yeah, it's been free-flowing, definitely, for sure. I mean, but in saying that, the credit to both sides, there's been no dirty stuff come into it, which maybe sometimes both sides are a little bit liable to do. But they played really disciplined so far, I guess.
He's showing signs of concussion.
Yeah, certainly disciplined. I think probably given the warning, they know this is the grand final. I think you can't afford to give away those cheap shots. You can't afford to give away an easy 3 points. That could be the difference between having a great night tonight and drowning your sorrows.
Yes, and a great night will be had by all. Where do you plan on celebrating or commiserating tonight, Jimmy?
Well, mate, I've got to go in the office till about 9 or 10 o'clock once I get everything done for Monday's paper and tonight's webpage and all those things you have to do. But I'd say I'll call down to the Cooksville Hotel, my mate Ben Kincaid. We'll certainly have a nice frosty Forest Gold or maybe something a bit stronger, maybe a Carlton Draft tonight, depending on the result.
I might even join you after. I've got a little gig on at the Playhouse tonight as Mention comes from the field and Barrett comes on. Big clap here for Mention. He's played pretty well this first half, so he'll be a little bit disappointed as he hobbles from the field.
Yeah, it looks like he's got an arm or a shoulder injury. I think he's been nearly their best. Andrew Chihuahua's been good in patches, agreed. But yeah, Luke Mention's been very strong, particularly in the tackle. And let's just see, let's hope if you're a Wanderers fan, bias sneaking in there, that Anthony Barrett can do the same job.
Yeah, Barrett definitely, they're losing nothing with him. He has played a full game the game before, though, in Wanderers where the Beaches got up in second grade. As the Beaches side look pretty good here, big depth. Something may happen here. Let's hope they don't go for that silly kick again as Butler gets the ball, comes around. Oh, holds the ball back there to Delore Lamb. Oh, dummies to Marshall. Good defence there by Wanderers. They slide across. Nothing goes. They come across there through Groth. But no, Beaches have consolidated that one.
Yeah, getting Parky Ray, who read that really well, didn't he? He waited for that man to come around and they heard him to the sideline. But a chance here again. Vartalaliva hits it up. Bit sideways, met with a good tackle. They need the ball back.
Wanderers are swarming.
They need to be careful, Wanderers. No penalty. Last thing they want to do is piggyback them just before half time.
A little bit disjointed here. The Beaches as Delore steps on the inside and he's met well. And Ham has his balls on that ball. His hands on that ball, sorry. His balls aren't on the ball, that's for sure.
I think they got a steal here, Wanderers. There's certainly Luke Sherwood was foraging in for the ball. Looks like Andy Barrett's about to pick it up. Goes to Simmons. He reefs it down 40 metres.
Yeah, good clearing kick by Simmons. For mine, he's had a good half, Simmons. And that's half time there as Jared Logan calls it. And Wanderers giving themselves pats on the head. And so that's deserved because they've absolutely ripped in defence on their own line. They've been camped, you know, with the wind to their back all the way down in their own half. Most of that first half, Jimmy.
Yeah, they just didn't have any ball. After about the 20th minute, Southern Beaches have had all the ball, all the pressure. But yeah, Wanderers have held strong. They've scrambled when they've had to. They've aimed up in tight. Don't worry, Southern Beaches wouldn't be disappointed with that either. They're only 3 points down, 10-7 in a grand final. Knowing you've got to wind up your tail in the second half, you're going to be able to pin the opposition down in their quarter. And if they make a mistake, then you strike.
Yeah, as we mentioned, though, the fitness of these guys may come into play here with Wanderers have a pretty good bench, good depth. I think the depth of the Wanderers side probably is a little bit better than the Southern Beaches side.
Yeah, you got to remember they've already replaced 2 players, so they've only got, I guess they got 6 left on the bench. It sounds like a lot, but when that last 10 minutes, when you're sucking in air and you're on your last legs, that's when it's going to be needed. Don't worry, Southern Beaches have got some performers on their bench too. They got Tafita Wong, they got Big Mark O'Brien. They got some guys that can come on and make an impact.
Yeah, Mark O'Brien doesn't look like he's out there. I think he might be a little bit out of favour at this Southern Beaches side at the moment. It's been a great half as there's a football throwing competition going on here at number 2 and the kids are going absolutely crazy. It's been an absolute wonderful first half and I'm looking over at the sea of yellow over the other side and it's reminiscent of the great Merriweather Carlton supporters who aren't here today, but the Beaches have certainly taken that mantle today.
Yeah, they had the big green day out, didn't they? Over at number 1 Sports Ground, the whole eastern side was just decked out in green. Today it's decked out in yellow, and they've really come here in numbers, and it's great to see for such a young club. They're only going to go forward. You've got to remember that they're out to have a $2.2 million development of their home base at Glen Davis Odell. The Bulldozers are coming in Monday to knock down those old rickety toilets and sheds.
I tell you
there.
what, I went out there on Thursday night for Bar TV, Jimmy, and I was scared to be out there. It was dark. There's a dirt road to get you there, and I was in absolute fear, to be honest.
Not the most inviting place, but that's where these guys have done the hard yards. They've been there since 2007. They were nomads for the first few years, and when they were playing First Division, they were at Holcroft Oval, which they nicknamed the Hull. They played a little bit of Belmont at Carlo. They've sort of been everywhere, but they're really setting themselves up now to be a force in this competition for the next 5 or 6 years. The juniors have dropped off a little bit. They were the powerhouse in 2003, 2004. Now all those guys are playing first grade out here, the Delores and the Tyler Ostels and the Gavin Haydens and the Ray Furbies and the like. Wanderers, we know with the benefit of having a great facilities done for them. You look at the place we're at now, it's fantastic. They've got all the infrastructure. So these two teams are only going to grow as clubs, and now they could dominate for the next 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, definitely. And as we mentioned before, the score here at number 2 Sports Ground on grand final day, it's Wanderers 10, Southern Beaches 7 at half-time. Of course, we're streaming live on the Newcastle Herald today, Jimmy.
And no doubt, I can assure you there'll be a big wrap-up of all things today. Monday's paper, there'll be double-page spread, pictures, the whole box and dice. If you're Tim Chidgey, what are you saying to your side out there? They haven't been in this position before. They haven't been to a grand final. They certainly haven't trailed in the grand final. He has. That's the one thing they got in their favour.
Yeah, if I was Tim Chidgey, I'd just be, telling everybody, let's not get too excited. Let's keep the ball down there. We've got the win to us. Probably should have scored in that second half, in that first half, in the second half of the first half. So just let's make up for it and make sure of everything you do.
He'll be saying, no doubt, believe in our structures, believe in our systems, believe in what got us here. Let's pin the corners. We've got a big forward pack. Let's grind them in the ground. Let's not let Wanderers out any piggybacks out of that quarter. Let's put the pressure on them. They're the competition favourites. They're the team that came in here with all the raps. Let's grind them into the ground and show them something. Wanderers, on the other hand, Todd Loudon, he's the master of the mental games. He'll be saying, we've got them exactly where we want them. I reckon he'll say, let's just do what we do. Keep the ball in hand. There's no need to kick it. There's no need to no need to panic. Let's just keep the ball in hand. While we've got the ball, they can't score.
Yeah, definitely. He's a cool customer, Loudon, and I spoke to him the other day as we saw at the top of the broadcast and wasn't giving away too much. I asked him if Billy Coffey was playing. He said no. But Billy Coffey obviously starting today, and he's been pretty good on the wing, Billy.
He has, and I think you'll see him, particularly running into the win in the second half, you'll see him when Wanderers have got the ball, come in and take a bit of pressure, a bit of workload off his forwards. He'll look for those bigger defenders, those Willie Sows and the Willie Frasers, and try and beat them with a little bit of footwork and find some holes in around the ruck.
And
the
another
downside of that is if he's caught up there, no one at home with Wanderers with this bruise, so he's going to have to pick his moments and use his judgment.
Another player from Wanderers who I've been impressed with, he's been a little bit down on form the last couple of weeks, is Dan Kevill. He played better last week, but he's been absolutely doing all the tight stuff this game, which is what you want to see from him as well.
The thing about Dan Kevill is whenever he takes the ball in, you always get it back. There's no doubts about that. He might not make the 5 or 6 yards that some of the big bulking forwards make, but he always gets the ball back. He's got those big long arms and he's so strong. I think you'll find in the second half he might even get an arm free and create some offloads.
And for the Beaches side, Jimmy, I've been really impressed with Matt Lanzini. He's been absolutely immense this game. He's been pulling off big hits and taking the ball forward. The two big Willies as well, they've been taking the ball forward. They surely must have to knock up soon.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, Matt Lanzini is one of the players that come up from Southern Lakes, the Central Coast comp. He can play loose head prop too, so I think you'll find later in the game when one of the two Willies run out of puff, he'll move up to probably loose head and get that scrum going forward. He's sort of been their aggressor today. He's been the real enforcer, which I haven't seen in his game prior to this. I think if the rep coach, Tony Munro, I don't think he's been appointed yet, but if he is appointed, or whoever the rep coach is, he'd be one I'd be certainly bringing into the environment.
Yeah, definitely. And breaking news here, Jimmy Garner, with Tony Munro possibly becoming the rep coach, I guess, as the kickoff here for the second half. And Butler takes it, and it's a good long kick forward, and Coffey's underneath it. No, sorry, Wivel's underneath it. He kicks the ball out and just hooks it.
Hooks it into touch. Nice safety first. Yeah, I think he's certainly expressed an interest in taking on that job, Tony Munro. But with the change in general manager in the last couple of weeks, it's probably an appointment that won't be made for a good 3 or 4 weeks.
Yes, as the ball thrown in for the first time with his Beaches line out, opting again for the short one. Didn't really work too well for him in the first half, so that's a bit surprising. As the ball comes up and not straight there.
Yeah, good work from Kevill too. He just watched his feet. He was very quick across the ground there, Wanderers. They're having a little bit of struggle at line-out time, Southern Beaches, particularly when they go to this short one. The source of the line-out has been, as we said, no kick for touch. They're tapping and going, Wanderers. Expect to see plenty of this.
Yeah, Wivel met there. Good run, though. All ball on the ground to Tuala. Good hands by Tuala as he picks it up and makes metres, as he will all game. As McDonald stands in at first row, dances through one, dances through another, takes the ball, not making many metres, but doing well to evade the defence there.
Yeah, Tyler Ostler just rushed up there. Good footwork to get around him as Kevill surges forward.
Yeah, good run by Kevill as well. They go the blind side. Simmons with the ball now, gets around his man there as the ball come loose. Beach is back with us. Marshall, he's got plenty of toe. Marshall, oh, and he's met there. That could be a high tackle. No, Logan says play on. Or ball to Gavin, could have been forward on the outside, yes, and Jared Logan has called it. Definitely look forward from here, Jimmy.
Yeah, Touchy did his job there and gave him a call, I think. Cal McDonald just slipped up high there. Probably lucky to get away with that one.
Very lucky going off the touch judge and referees form this game, I think, Jimmy, but that was probably the worst one we've seen. Well, it's the worst one we've called anyway.
Well, he's only a twig, mate, so there's not much of him, but he is, to be fair, he's a lot stronger than he looks. He's very wiry. They just slipped up, but it wasn't no damage done to the runner, so play on for mine. Good to see.
Yeah, good to see. Letting the play keep going as Beach is looking to get set here through Gavin calling his forwards in at this scrum here.
Wanderers backs all stacked to the left end. Murch has come in as a sort of as a dummy inside centre. I expect either Rahi or Anthony Barrett to hit this up. But this is a play we saw a couple of weeks ago where they had a bit of joy where they got on the outside of their man.
Yeah, it does. I think Murch is the one who goes through the hole in the end and sets it up. As this is a better scrum here by Beaches.
Yeah, they're freshening up.
Maybe going too early though.
Yeah, that half-time break, they're freshening up. Beaches, they come out, particularly at scrum time. They want to assert some authority here. If they can't, wheel it, at least have the Wanderers on their heels so that the ball's a bit scrappy and a bit slow at the back and disrupt their timing.
Yes, definitely as both packs get set again here at number 2 Sports Ground. Thanks everyone at home who's tuning in through the Newcastle Herald and of course Bar TV and of course in the pubs and clubs around the region as well. As we come forward here for the scrum, this good scrum there by the Wanderers. The ball out to Simmons and ball wide there to Murch, and Murch just held up. They read that well there, the Beaches.
Yeah, good defence from Tyler Austell. He got up on his man and he drove him backwards. Ball just a bit slow to come out here. Wanderers trucking up through their forwards. It's Fletcher. Head down. He'll do that all day. Ball at the back again. Sherwood on it. They back out the left. Simmons probably didn't expect that. He finds Billy Coffey in to do a little bit of work.
Well, Cal McDonald tries to clean out there, but he's met by Lanzini, who kind of bumps him off as the ball come through. Hovel there, and that's a good run there by the front rower as McDonald first receiver again and ducks through one and gets through the other side. Setting up well here. Wanderers as Sherwood saying get away from the ball.
Willie So just crept up offside there.
Yeah,
lucky to get away. I think the touchy just had a word to Logan. He's going to have a look for that next time as Wibble hits it up. They're just building here, Wanderers.
Yeah, good building play here. Good phase play by the Wanderers as Kevill takes it in one hand. Oh, that's a poor pass to Rahui, but Rahui makes a little bit of a break and pops it up to Kevill, and they've got a little break there through Murch, and Murch taken well.
Yeah, Leopa came over. He's got through a power of work. He's been very impressive. Kevill at first received a nice little ball for Cal Groff. They need numbers here, Wanderers. He needs some friends, and they get there.
Yeah, Tuala's calling for it as Wivell takes it forward. Good run there by Wivell taking it forward in this second half. Wanderers coming forward. Oh, Simmons, little half break. Can he get it away? No, he doesn't.
They're a bit flat-footed here, Wanderers. They're just edging away. They've got to be. They need a bit more urgency here, Wanderers. They can't fall asleep here. They've been building well, but they need to get a bit more clinical at the breakdown.
Yeah, good defence there by Furphy from Beaches, taking in Sherwood. They'll look to.
Looks like we've got a penalty advantage here. Arm out.
Yes, and Wanderers are probably going to go for goal here, and that's a penalty, and just sucked it in there. Wanderers, they just kept going and going. And the score here at number 2 is Wanderers 10, Southern Beaches 7. Going to go for goal for the penalty, which will put them even further in front here at number 2 Sports Ground.
Yeah, this is what you'll see from Wanderers in the second half. You won't see them kick the ball very often. They've worked their way basically 70 metres there. I don't know how many phases. You think it'd have to be a dozen, 15 phases. Just kept working away, working away. That's when they're at their best. I think it'll be the blueprint for the rest of the half. Yeah,
definitely. Back to that robotic blueprint that we all love to see and hear about as the ball coming now with Wivell as he lines it up about 15 metres out, pretty much straight in front. Should have nothing to do here, Wivell, as the Beach is sucking in the breath here, and the kids on the jumping castle have stopped to have a look. The Beaches are hitting those sponsors board, trying to put Wivell off here at number 2 Sports Ground. He should eat this one up. He hits it, and there's no trouble there, Jimmy.
Yeah, obviously recovered from that little head knock. Not carrying any bandages or anything, so he's good to go. He's had Freddie Wivell will be here in the stands. He's a Wanderers legend who you may have seen in the Newcastle Herald a few weeks. Called called it a day from 30-odd years as a lifeguard and superintendent of the Newcastle Council Pool. So cheerio to Freddie. He'd be loving this. He was an old front rower who loved getting into the grind and loved muscling up, and his son's certainly been doing that.
Yes, the ball kicked to Sherwood. Sherwood long ball out to Rahui. Rahui, little step on the inside. He's electric, Rahui, as he brings the ball to about 30 metres out here.
Oh, just coming in from the side there. Lucky to get away with that, but Wanderers get there in numbers in the end. Rahui, first time we've seen him getting a little bit of space. And when he does, he's got some great footwork.
As the ball comes forward here to about 40 metres out for Wanderers as Wivel takes it forward. He's been pretty big this game too, Jimmy. The ball to Kevel now, and Kevel with a dummy and breaks the line. Oh, had the ball free, but knocked out there by Beaches, who have the ball now. First time in the attacking zone here for Beaches.
Yeah, one of the few mistakes Kevel's made, and it's not a good time or place to do it. Todd Loudon won't be happy with how he wants them to keep the ball under the arm until at least get in the other end.
Oh, and Gavin's come through the other side. Gavin with one to beat, and he's taken down there by the Wanderers. They're in the 20 metres zone now.
Numbers on the left here.
He passes it on to Willie So in traffic, and Willie takes it.
Looks like we've got an offside penalty here, advantage for Southern Beaches.
Got numbers. Delore takes, and that's another high shot there by Cal McDonald, and he might get in a bit of trouble here, Jimmy.
Yeah, he just stuck a lazy arm out, didn't he? I don't think there was any malice in it, but interesting to see whether he goes to the red zone. Bartololiva in his ear.
Just letting Jared Logan know that it's the second time he's done it, I think. Good gamesmanship here at number 2. Just having a little chat here. I don't think he'll reach for the pocket, and that's going to be a penalty. Would you go for goal, Jimmy?
I think you would do for sure. Anytime you got to give 3 points in a grand final, you take it. Mark Butler's been striking him pretty good. Or he missed that one in the first half, didn't he? But yeah, wind at your back. You'd think he'd eat this.
Yeah, this will get them to within 3 points if he gets it. And the wind is swirling around here at number 2 now. It's changed direction a little bit, coming more across the field now. As the Wanderers lining up in defence. How do you think Southern Beaches are going to come back from this, Jimmy? Do you think they're going to play down the half or play possession?
What the doctor ordered, wasn't it? To be fair, it came from a turnover from Dan Kevel, and Gavin Hayden stuck his head through the hole, and there was some space, and off he went. From there, Wanderers are on the back foot, but he converts that easily, so it brings it back to a 3-point game with still a good 30 minutes of a half to go.
Yeah, it's still a long way to go. Not even 10 minutes gone in this first half, and we've seen a couple of penalties kicked, and the score now, Wanderers 13, Southern Beaches 10, with a big wind behind their back, the Beaches side, so look for the ball to get kicked into the Wanderers' corners. Just playing sensible football here, and Butler, he's been good at that all year.
Yeah, he has. He's got a super boot on him. As we said, played a lot of Gaelic football, football in his hands 12 months of the year, so he's very comfortable.
Yeah, good kick there to Iopa, and met well by the Wanderers' defence. That's the law. A little bit of time there to get there as VAR takes it forward, and again he'll take it forward and present the ball well for his halfback, and he does. Butler with the ball now, looks to kick and stabs that one down. Good kick as the wingers come through, and that's a knock on there by Simmons, his first blemish of the game, and that's going to put all the pressure back on the Wanderers side, Jimmy.
Yeah, he just really attacked that, didn't he? Rather than take the safety option first, he just really attacked that, winning it like a cricket ball. He was going to whip it back in over the bales, but it just bobbled a little bit awkwardly, and he got his hands to it, spilled it forward, and this is another great opportunity for Southern Beaches to launch an attacking raid.
Yes, as we go to the replay here for Bar TV. He was kind of looking where he was going to run, I think, as it's a good stabbing kick and letting the ball bounce as he picks it up. Yeah, he just didn't really judge the bounce there, and that's unlucky.
He's such a good attacking player. He's so light on his feet. He was thinking about what he was doing 5 metres ahead rather than the ball at his feet. Wanderers need to hold on here.
Yes, and they're set up here with Butler. Good scrum by both sides as Butler gets the ball, passes it to Ossel. Ossel around to Marshall.
Well.
Barrett has read that. Unbelievable. The old fox as the ball comes to VAR. As he takes the ball, he gets his arm free now to Stone, and Stone will take it in to the ruck as McDonald comes through. The ball a little bit messy. Wanderers counter ruck, and they've won the ball back here, the Wanderers side, and that's good counter rucking there by the two Blues as the Ball comes forward.
They're just settling things down again here. They look for a couple of forward runners. Simmons goes into first receiver. He goes wide to Tuala. Risky play, but he's got very good hands for a big man. He runs into the wall of Willie Sow and Willie Fraser. They're all mates. They all work at nightclubs in town. There's a steal here on the left.
VAR has the ball. Oh, little flick ball. Didn't need to do that, VAR.
Mate, I haven't seen that in his repertoire before, and I suggest he might put it back in the wardrobe.
Yes, and Martin Delors just kicks it away in disgust and won't be happy with that. They're in the attacking zone, had the ball, didn't need to throw it away. And now the Wanderers will probably look to hold the ball again and just ruck it up as they've been doing this second half, Jimmy.
Yeah, I think the message from both coaches will go out there to let's keep a lid on things. We're not trying to score a first pace here. That was a great opportunity for Southern Beaches to really mount some pressure. And Vartel Lieber, rarely he does it, but he let him off the hook. As we see here, Mark Sherwood just warming up. I think he's got it warming up. Looks like we might have a change in the Wanderers' back line. We sort of predicted this, the 50-minute mark that Sherwood would come on. He's a real general. He's a real director of a team and gets them around the park, and he has got a decent kicking game as well. So be surprised if there's not a reshuffle in the back line.
I'd imagine Murch will be the one to have to come off here as Barrett takes a good flat ball there, breaking the line as Butler meets him up around the chest. Oh, Christensen through the ruck there. That's a good run there by Christensen.
He's been strong.
Yeah, he has. Not having the ball too much, but he's been really strong in defence as Fletcher. Oh, that's going to be a penalty here, I think. He's got to be offside. Yes, he is. Willie So just taking liberties there, and they take the quick tap. The Wanderers as Rahui with the ball. Long ball out to Coffey, and Coffey beats one. He's got plenty of pace here. Coffey, an ankle tap there, and he's been taken out.
Yeah, Tyler Austell, great ankle tap, try saver, I think. He was gone. They looked to play on quickly here. A little bit of scurry in the background.
Yeah, McDonald just stopping that quick line-out throw in there from the Beaches side.
He might find himself in the bin. This will be the last warning, you'd think.
Yeah, that's a professional foul. And that might make Todd Loudon's decision with Sherwood a little bit easier.
It looks like Dan Murch
has come off.
He's come to the side.
And he's been given a card. Cal McDonald, first card of the game. And it's a card for Cal McDonald. And that's a penalty to the Beaches. And he'll be very unhappy with himself with that. That's not in his game. As he comes to the field, just slowing down the play. Definite professional foul, though. He's shaking his head in disgust as he's going to make his way up the tunnel, clock in with the timekeepers, and take about 10 minutes to just think about his actions, Jimmy.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you don't know what he saw over there. Maybe he thought it was their ball. It looked like he was going for the ball, but it was pretty... Oh, that far to find touch there, Beaches. That's a big error.
This could be dangerous here with Simmons on the counter-attack. Looks to link up with Rahui, and he does, and takes it infield. And he's looking dangerous here, Rahui, isn't he? He was the game changer last week. Ball at the back for Sherwood. Sherwood to Kevill. Kevill flat ball to Christensen. And Tuala on the sideline here. Palms one off, and he's taken over the sideline here. This game just opening up a little bit here, Jimmy.
Yeah, Marshall plays on quickly. He tried to last time. Sherwood's up to it, though, and they've still got some numbers here, though, Beaches. Instead, Michael Delors roofs it down.
Yeah, good play as
what a kick
as Andrew Delors comes through, and he's found it 5 metres out. That's a good, solid 80-metre kick here at number 2. And the Beaches crowd is absolutely going off over the other side. And this could be a bit of a game changer here. All the pressure on Wanderers on their own line. They're going to have to probably throw short here. Probably either Kevill's the go-to man, I'd imagine. And they choose a short line out for the first time in the game. As Tuala, Beaches get up early. Wanderers should win this one easy, yes, and Kevill makes sure of that one. Ball comes to Barrett, and Barrett trucks it forward. Just getting them out of a little bit of trouble here. They're a man down, of course. Wanderers Simmons, good little box kick from the back, taking them to about 30 metres out here with a Beaches throw and Beaches to attack here. We've had about 15 minutes gone in this second half, and it's absolutely coming alive here at number 2 Sports Ground. Hayden Gavin probably want to fix his throws up a little bit here. He hasn't been on song too much in this game.
No, they're going back to the full line out there. That short man variation wasn't working for them. Kevill was reading it quite well. Kevill gets up again, but yeah, Luke Stone nice and strong.
Hey, Opa cleans it up at the back there in place of the halfback, and Delors at the back scurrying around for that ball, and Butler with a ball. Little kick through from Butler as Andy Delors comes through and juggles at Simmons. That's going to be a knock on their own line, and that's a good little kick there, but...
Yeah, good pressure too from Andy Delors, didn't he? I thought they might have gone backwards, that one. Yeah, Luke Simmons does as well. He sort of arms out as they, what happened there? But yeah, good pressure from Southern Beaches. Great opportunity this one. Scrum 5 metres out. You watch the shove come here, 8-man scrum, you'd think. They'll try and get Wanderers back on their heels.
And that's a big call saying that ball went backwards, Jimmy. I think it was a knock-on for all my money in my pocket, which isn't much, as we go to the replay. Ball out there, and it's a set move as Andy Delore comes on the inside, and Sherwood probably just got a little glimpse, or maybe went sideways, but I'm calling it a knock-on. It's a Beaches feed, and all the pressure on the Wanderers here. They soaked it up in the first half, but can they keep going with it, Jimmy?
Yeah, important part of this game, isn't it? Beaches strike here, they'll just grow and grow and grow in confidence and in belief, in momentum. The crowd will get back into the game. Wanderers need to hold strong.
Yeah, Andy Delore lurking on that blind
lifting
side.
up a bit here.
It's a better scrum, though, from the Beaches as VAR holds it on the back, takes it from the back. They go the blind side. Good cut-out pass. Oh, didn't really find his man. As Andy Delore comes through, and he's over, is he? No, he's just short.
Ball at the back, though. He's done well there, Andy Delore. He was off balance. Ball went behind him. Did well to pull it in.
Bouncing around like a ping ball player there, Delore, as they're setting up nicely about half a metre out. It's big. Willie So takes it. He spins around Willie So, but no, he's held out.
They got him set nice and wide. They got an overlap here on the right. Dan Marshall on the right wing calling for the ball, screaming for the ball. There's no one near him.
And Willie Fraser takes it through. He gets the ball away. Good little short ball. And Hayden Gavin drops it. And that's great defence there by the Wanderers side, Jimmy.
They rushed up, didn't they? Good pressure. Tapaki Rahui again. Great read from him.
Yeah, great read from Rahui. And just coming in, and Wanderers still with everything to do with this big win here. They've got to get the ball out, and that Beaches scrum last time's a little bit of a concern maybe. They'll probably put it on here and dig their heels in, Jimmy.
Yeah, big call too for Jared Logan this one. Looked like Willie Fraser on this side just sort of lifted up and brought in from at an angle. But let that one go, Jared.
If you can get away with it, you can get away as a front rower, Jimmy. You need all the help you can get in that front row. You know that.
Yeah, look like a couple of players going down here, just sucking them in, Wanderers, just getting their breath, getting their composure. They need to dig their heels in here, flex it, lock their legs in and stay nice and strong.
Yeah, this match is far from over with not even 20 minutes gone yet. It's been pretty exciting with the Wanderers looking to throw the ball around still. They had that one passage of play where they just held and held and held. Maybe they need to go back to that, Jimmy.
Yeah, interesting. Mark Sherwood set here on the left of the screen. Looks like he's set to kick. Big scrum again. Good power.
Oh, and that's a bad ball there, and Sherwood makes sure of it, and kicking into that breeze. That's a good pick up and a good clearing kick as well.
Oh, geez, I think he got ripped off about 5 metres from that one too, Touchy, but
yeah, 20 metres out. I picked that at about the 30-metre mark, to be honest. As the ball coming in now for Gavin. Gavin dropping that ball with the sideline in front of him just before. Won't be happy about that. Will look to make amends as they have the full line out here again.
Stone, no doubt, the target.
May go to the back. Yes, they do. And no contesting there. Ooh, maybe a little bit sideways there. And they've lost it there. Good steal as Wivel kicks it down the field, and that's a good clearing kick. It might stay in. Yes, it does.
They need a good chase here, Wanderers. They're in a nice line.
Lamb with the ball.
He doesn't kick very often, but that's a pretty good one.
That's a good kick there to Simmons, who is going to look to clear it, and he does. Just punches it and doesn't find many metres at all. Probably not the kick he wanted. I think he's better doing the counter stuff, Jimmy, to be honest.
No doubt the message from Tim Chichi to everyone in that Beaches side was less played in that corner. That's the first time I've seen KJ Lamb put the ball that isn't an attacking kick, that isn't a chip or a little grubber. So no doubt they want to pin Wanderers in their own quarter.
Yeah, a couple out this time, the Beaches side going back to this short line out with big Willie So and Vartaliva hanging out wide. Oh, and it's gone over the back, and this Beaches line out is pretty bad at the moment. It's not going too well for them.
I don't know why they keep going that variation when it hasn't worked for them yet. They're better off sticking to the line out. They're in their quarter, that's in their territory. That's where they want to be. Southern Beaches. Mark Sherwood looks to find touch, or at least pin them down on their own. Get it.
Yeah, good kick against the breeze there by Sherwood as Lamb looking to kick, and that's a monster kick there by Lamb. I didn't know he had that in him. As the ball bounces.
It's going to be too long though. It's rolling down
the hill. Rolling too big there as the ball's going to come all the way back there, and the Wanderers now back in the attacking zone, and that's a good result there for the two Blues, Jimmy.
Yeah, absolutely. We said we haven't seen KG Lamb kick very often. With this wind at the back, that's the thing the Southern Beaches could fall into. They just think if they're going to pin them down there, but they've got to make sure tactically they kick it accurately, not just to reef it, because as we saw, that one just went end over end and end over. I reckon it would have ended up in the harbour if the fence hadn't been there.
Yes, and the Wanderers scrum now on about 25 metres out. They'll look to feed. As the two Sherwood boys having a bit of a plan. They've dreamed about this since they were 10 years old, probably.
Yeah, well, in 2009, Mark Sherwood was the 5'8" all year, and then in the preliminary final, he broke his foot. So he was up in the stands while he watched his brother Luke captain the side, and then Nathan came on, the youngest brother, played the last 10 minutes and then all of extra time. So he missed out on that opportunity. Here's an opportunity for him to have an impact.
Yeah, ball there to Mark Sherwood, to Rahui with a Barrett coming around him. Palms one off Barrett. Good strong run there by the centre, the ageing centre, as the ball cut out there to Hovell. Hovell taking the ball forward. Good recycling here, good quick ball, and he's called a knock on Jared Logan, and that's unlucky. I didn't pick that one up, Jimmy.
No, frustration there. The rev meter on Luke Sherwood starting to get into the red. He's kept the lid on most things this season, but he has got a propensity to get frustrated. We mentioned Anthony Barrett. He was one in 2009. He grew up with these guys, with the Sherwoods, with the Dan Kevills, came through, played all their footy together. That year he went and played rugby league for the Macquarie Scorpions. Worst decision of his life.
We love you out there at Lake Macquarie and out at Macquarie Scorpions at Bar TV.
Not the Scorpions are a bad mob, it's just that the year he took off to play rugby league,
they did go too well. Wanderers won a competition.
Of course, Anthony Barrett won a comp in 2001 as a 19-year-old.
He did.
But not with these guys, not with the guys he grew up with and played most of his footy with. So there's plenty of motivation for both teams in both sides in the final 20 minutes, and that's what they're going to draw on. It's going to be that desire. It's going to be that ability to lift your legs up and go again.
As Dan Kevill getting a bit of attention there to a bit of a gash on his cheek. Bit of contact there as we look at the close-up. Wiping some tears away maybe, or is it blood? Yes, it's blood. I thought it may have been some tears there, Jimmy, but I doubt that Dan Kevill cries a whole lot.
No, he's flint hard, mate. You'll find few people as hard and as tough as he is.
Yeah, definitely, and definitely having a monster of a game here in the second row. As the referee blows time on Jared Logan. He's had not a bad game. McDonald's still in the sin bin here. So Wanderers are playing with a man down, and Southern Beaches not being able to capitalise here at number 2 on that.
Yeah, no, so far, they had a couple of opportunities though, didn't they? And Wanderers just managed to hang on, and then they turned things over, and they've got down the other end here. So, what do you have, 4 or 5 minutes maybe left, Cal McDonald, because we've had a bit of stoppage time since he took his seat.
Yeah, Wivell playing on the wing here in his place. So they're a man down in the scrum here. Wanderers as the ball swung out. Could be a bit dangerous as Lamb looks to take him on, and taken down well by the Wanderers defence out wide.
Barrett there, just hurt him to the sideline and made a good tackle around the legs.
Yeah, good sliding defence there by the Wanderers as Kevill has him held up here. And this could be dangerous, and this is good play by Kevill.
And the two Willies both walking out here, not to the ruck yet, so I'd be very surprised if Southern Beaches don't make a change here very soon. Looks
yes,
like the two
Kevill's
big boys
turned that over. That's a good play there by Dan Kevill. Just mentioned him before. He's playing good tight stuff here today. And Ben Ham also involved in that one as well.
Yeah,
so I can't see anyone warming up for the two big boppers out there, but they are looking a little bit flat at the moment.
We haven't mentioned him much, but he's been really strong, hasn't he? He's done a lot of work. He was at the bottom of 2 Willie Surges, saved 2 certain tries, and he's been very good in the tight. He's playing number 8, but he's virtually playing like a second rower. I think Kevill's been playing a bit looser and a bit wider.
Yes, as they come to get set for these scrums. Still a man down here, the Wanderers, but they put Wivell back on the side just to get the advantage in attack here at number 2 Sports Ground. As they come together again. Good scrum here by the 2 Blues. Ball out for Sherwood to Barrett, and he's been met well there by Michael Delore.
You don't see Anthony Barrett go backwards very often, but he just got up under him and lifted him and drove him.
As the ball shoots out the back of the ruck there, Wanderers driven back to 40 metres. Wivell takes it on, and a little bit disjointed here, the Wanderers side.
They're lifting their intensity in defence here, Southern Beaches. They know it's crucial they get the ball back. Good run there from Rahi. Good little light feet, stepped inside a couple and made a good 5 metres.
Oh, he nearly doesn't get the ball back there, though, Rahui, as he does in the last instance. A good inside ball to Sherwood, to Kevill, to now Luke Sherwood with the ball. Little kick through and Lamb's onto it. He gets around Luke. Sherwood, and he's taken over the sideline by Simmons. Not normally known for his defence, but he's done that twice today, Simmons.
Yeah, making up for a couple of mistakes he made with the ball in hand there. He just rushed up. I think the kick through from Luke Sherwood, I think it took a deflection off one of the Southern Beaches players. It just sat up. KG Lamb, he's so good in his feet, he would have backed himself there, but Luke Simmons did well to hurt him towards the sideline, then had enough power to take him over it.
Yes, and Beaches again here under pressure. All Wanderers have to do is hold the ball.
As we see, Cal McDonald comes back onto the field now, so 15 on 15, all square.
Short line out to Ham, and Ham very strong in the air there as he takes the ball down. Sherwood at the back and off to Wivell. Wivell makes good metres there for the two Blues as they come to 22 metres out. And Fletcher will take it forward. Starting to open up a bit here, the Beaches. They come the blind side, and Mark Sherwood's through. He beats one. He doesn't have support, though, and that's a good run there. They're still on the blind here. And McDonald with quick hands to Wivell. Wivell's just going to set it up for the two Blues back in as Ben Christian helps with a clean out. Good ball here for Mark. He's plenty of time here, and he's collared there by Vartalieva. I don't think there was anything wrong with it, but the touch judge has something to say here. Yes, it's
offside.
Offside, and Southern Beaches probably need to make a couple of changes here. They're looking a little bit...
Yeah, they're out on their feet, aren't they? They're just hanging on, Southern Beaches. Wanderers look to put the foot on the throat here and really go for the killer blow. A try here could really dampen the spirits as well as the hearts and minds of Southern Beaches. The crowd out of it too, Southern Beaches. They haven't had the ball the last 10 minutes. Now the Wanderers crowd are lifting.
Yeah, the crowd, you can hear that two Blue chant. And it goes up the back to Kevill, and this will be a maul. No, he passes it out with Big Rahui coming through, and Tuala's coming through. Tuala's scored. Tuala, that's a good set move off the line out, and Tuala makes no mistake of it, and that's a good move there, and that's a good try to the Wanderers.
Great try, great move from a set play from a line out. They went long to Dan Kevill. They dished it off, and around came into Tuala. He got a bit of speed up. He got momentum. From there was going to be one result. He just got those legs pumping. He's like a bulldozer who went bang, knocked one off, bang, knocked another off. A couple of them grabbed hold of his shoulders, but that wasn't enough. He carried three of them over the line. Fantastic try. Is it enough for Wanderers? Have they done the job? Still 15 to go.
Still 15 to go here, and as we look at the replay for Bar TV, it's a great set move. Caught everyone unaware, even me. I thought it was going out to Rahui as Kevill takes it off the top and passes it out Sherwood, and no one's going to stop him from that far out, are they?
He's one of the most explosive players I've ever seen. He's 120, 130 kilo. He struggled mid-season with a calf and knee injury, lost his mojo. For the last 3 weeks, he's been enormous. I know Todd Loudon rates him above anyone else in this competition. He's got an eye on him to take him to Melbourne, perhaps next year or the year after. The issue with him is fitness and consistency with training, but he's got all the skills. He's got all the power. I'd be very surprised if he hasn't picked up. I know Sydney clubs are watching this coverage. I've been told that. They've already asked Todd Loudon a couple of times, who's your number two? I reckon they'll be on the phone this week for sure.
Yeah, definitely, and he makes no mistake of that kick. The score now here at number 2 Sports Counter, Wanderers 18, Southern Beaches 10. So a little bit to do here now with 15 to go for Southern Beaches. They've got to score twice to get in the lead here. But you can feel this number 2 Wanderers crowd lifting for their team here, and taken well by Wivell, and he gets the ball and he's hooked that. Not too good there. It goes out about 30 metres out, and this is all the pressure back on Wanderers again. Probably should have kept the ball in hand there, James Wivell.
Yeah, he has got a strong boot though. If anyone you want to put the ball, it's him. But yeah, they need to just get their composure again now. They know the game's not over. Still 15 minutes to go. This next 5 minutes, very important for both sides.
Yeah, the line out for the Beaches has been struggling the last few throws, so
yeah,
Hayden Gavin's going to want to make amends for that. And
yeah, going back to a full line out. They're much more comfortable with a full line out. They go to the back to Glenn Stone. Kevill gets up and nearly gets a hand on it.
Yeah, Stone strong in the air there, and Big Willie So comes the blind side, just setting the ball up.
They've done well at chopping him and Willie Fraser down, haven't they? They've gone low every time.
Yeah, not as damaging as we've seen as Lanzini takes the ball forward. That's a good run there by the big second row as Fraser takes it forward, and they go low, but he makes metres there. Big Fraser, and taken there Vartalieva. Good tackle by McDonald to chop his legs out, and Willie So nearly bumps him off there. Low to the ground.
Around his ankles again. Good tackle.
Ball passed out to Butler. Butler, a little gap, maybe. No, he's taken well. Good defence by Wanderers there as they call them in, looking to take the ball from the back. Oh, that could have been a little bit forward there. Wanderers, and Fraser comes through the other end. Good play there. It's on to the right if they can get there.
Yeah, Glenn Stone just took it that one face too many. They get set again, Wanderers. This is Thomas Leopo.
Yeah, Lanzini calling for the ball. Little inside ball there to Lanzini as the back line gets set out. Fraser's kind of in the way there. Butler just steering them round from the 10 position.
Dan Marshall screaming for the ball out in the right wing.
Yeah, he hasn't
Fraser
seen
hits
it.
it up.
He hasn't seen it at all today, Dan Marshall, and he's so explosive and
Yeah,
quick.
they're very compact too, the Wanderers' defence. They're nice and compact. There's plenty of space out there.
They're set to the blind now, the Beaches. The ball comes out, and Gavin cleans it up. Beaches are going to have to get numbers there, and they do. Set to the blind side now, Beaches. It was on to the other side, but they just couldn't get people there.
Marshall's had enough. He's come in looking for the ball. Oh, a little knock on there. Great defence, Wanderers. We spoke a lot this year about their attack, and they've scored 781 points, a good 150 points more than anyone else. But what most people have overlooked is the fact they've had the best defence as well. Conceded just 253 points for the season, and they're showing why today.
Yeah, impressive goal line defence here, and they're all digging in for each other here.
Big scrum, this one for both sides. Southern Beaches certainly need to produce something here. They'll look to put a bit of pressure on, no doubt, through the middle. Big moment in the game, this one, I think. They need to get something out of this venture down this end of the park. I know it's Wanderers' ball, but you watch the Southern Beaches forwards, the front row pour through here.
Yes, they'll look to absolutely turn it on, and I don't think there'll be replacements. Should probably come soon, I'd imagine, just to get some fresh legs out there. And Wanderers with an early push there.
Good scrum.
Good scrum, good solid scrum, and that's what they needed. As the ball comes out to Sherwood. Oh, that ball held up in the breeze and just making over the 20-metre line. That's going to be the trouble here on in, I think, Jimmy.
Yeah, that wind's really picking up from the south now. It's gusting. You saw that ball in the air. It just sort of floated, didn't it? Looks like we have got some fresh legs here. Young Ray Furphy's going off and Jack McKenzie coming on.
Whip it for whippet there, isn't it?
Whip it for whippet. He's got about a foot on him, though. He's also strong at the line out, so I'd be surprised if he doesn't come into play there at some point. He goes straight to the back of it for this one, so I'd suggest the ball will probably go to Stone. But, they need some fresh legs. They need an injection of something, Southern Beaches. They've got to be the next to score.
Yeah, definitely. And, Unbar comes through the other side. That's lucky there. Nearly lost it there, the Beaches, as they come to attack now. And big Willie So coming forward. He's found another.
They're coming to the blind side here. Michael Delore calls it the blind side. Billy Fraser goes there.
Yes, and they've done a mountain of work, these two big boppers in the front row for Beaches. Probably too much, maybe. They haven't used the back line too much, Southern Beaches here, as they ruck the ball forward. But, that's a penalty, though. Probably look to find touch here, I'd imagine.
Hands in the ruck, looks like.
Yeah, Wanderers just a little bit too eager to win this ball back. Sick of defending here on their own line, just looking to take it into their own hands, so to speak. And they take the quick tap to big Willie So, and he'll take the ball forward.
Ball spurts out the side. Bartel Luber gets it.
Yeah, he just knocked the ball out there, Cal McDonald, as it comes blindside, and Butler with nothing on there. Good tackle there
over him.
As he takes the ball in.
Koala, sorry.
A big Iopa taking the ball forward and bring it to...
sideways.
That's a intercept there for Barrett. That's a big play there by Anthony Barrett.
Going sideways there, Iopa. You're an easy target when you went sideways. He went to spill the ball out the back, and Barrett said, thank you very much. But again, they only find 25, 30 metres. But still, they're soaking up the minutes. They're soaking up the pressure. They're defending well, Wanderers, at this point.
Yeah, that's what they need to do here at number 2 Sports Ground. It's become a bit of a battle of an attrition here between the two sides. No one really making any dints and not spreading the ball here, the Southern Beaches. I think that's what they need to do, just to get the Wanderers running around the park a little bit. It's just too predictable, Jimmy.
Yeah, I think their backs, they've been screaming for the ball. They haven't seen it much in this second half.
And Campbell with the steal. And that's a good line out there for Wanderers, and he's been flaunting with that all game.
Yeah, tough going long into this, with this win late in the game for a hooker.
Yeah, they're crazy going long. I just don't understand it here. That's a good little chip over the back, just finding the metres there.
Sherwood took it back in. It'll be back to 22. Ball passed back in. So
yeah, the wind's taken that one, and that's a poor kick. He got hooked there in the semi-final for that, but he's the replacement here today, so he's going to have to come up with something better than that to get the Wanderers side out of trouble here, as it's right smack bang on the 22-metre line, this line out. Probably look to go to number 2 to Iopa here.
Stone's the man. Kevel gets up again.
He gets up.
Scrappy at the back, but that Leopa cleans up. They're set out to the right here, Southern Beaches. Their backs finally see some ball.
Yeah, Wanderers reading it well, though, as they come around to Andrew Delore, who makes a little break, pops it out the back to Lamb, and Lamb met well there. Good defence by Wanderers. Yeah, nothing doing there. I'd like to see him set the ball up a little bit, then use the back line, suck him in a little bit as they go to big Willie So again, who's taken well by the Wanderers' defence. 20 metres out, and Delore comes off the back, passes to his brother, Who takes the ball in? Sorry.
Jack McKenzie, I
Jack
think their
McKenzie.
replacement. Yeah, not much of him, but he takes that to ground, just backs his way in, trying to get the ball back. They set it again, Wanderers in defence. They go to the left side, kick in behind.
Andy Delore coming through and takes McDonald, takes him into the end goal, and that's a good chase there by Andy Delore.
He was a bit casual there, Cal McDonald, didn't he? He just stuck that hand up at the last moment. Andrew Delore was on his hammer and just carried him over the line. 5 metre scrum, great opportunity for Southern Beaches.
I don't think he realised he was actually there and looming there, Cal McDonald, and very, very casual. Probably not the right thing to do at this point of the game. And
still safety first. He got the ball in his hand. Wanderers scrum has held up pretty strong the last few weeks. It looks like we might have a player down here. Obviously, they're calling for the trainer.
Yes, calling for the trainer, sucking in the big ones here at number 2 Sports Ground. Not long to go now. The clock says about 36 minutes gone, so big effort here for Wanderers.
4 or 5 minutes of injury time in that as well, so we've probably got about 10 minutes of live action to go. So far, it's been a quality game, hasn't it? It hasn't been the first 10 minutes we thought, wow, this is going to be free-flowing. It was end-to-end, but it's really got into that grind of a grand final. These grand finals are never pretty, are they? They're always won in the trenches. You find 9 times out of 10, and this one has certainly been that.
Yeah, definitely. And
looks like Dan Kebble's just getting more attention to that cut on his face, on his left cheek. Just a little bit of Vaseline there to stop the blood flow. An opportunity for both sides to suck it in. Concentrate on these next 5 phases. For Wanderers, they'll be going phase by phase, just aiming up in defence. They can't afford one lapse or Southern Beaches to be back in this game with their tails up.
Yeah, Southern Beaches need to find something else in this back line, though. They're just going across field too much for my liking. They need to get a bit more direct. I think that's where it's going to open up for them, if it is going to open up, Jimmy.
Well, Marty Delore caught him napping in the first half. He didn't even. He showed and goed from the base of the ruck. Maybe that's an option for him. But, yeah, certainly when they've gone wide, they've gone wide at bad times. They haven't laid the platform first through their forwards. And then when they have gone forward, the forwards have probably taken it 1 or too many phases. But there's still 7 or 8 minutes to go, and they're only 10 points out. 1 try or 1 penalty goal, and it's game on.
Yeah, that's right. And as the scrum gets set, good scrum there by Wanderers, just twisting it a little bit as the Beaches bring it forward. Wanderers all over the place. This could be a penalty, yes. No, and past there to Ossel, and Ossel comes through there and getting held up there.
Penalty advantage, though, he's Southern Beaches, so.
As Gavin comes around the back, taking it forward. Advantage still being played here as VAR takes the ball forward. Still not very organised. Here's Lanzini, comes up the middle. That's a good run there by Lanzini. He's been the best here for the Beaches pack today.
Looks like we've got another advantage here. Southern Beaches, 1 more penalty. You think someone might find themselves in the bin as
they come forward.
Big Willie So picks it up.
Willie Fraser it was, and he may be held up. No, he's just short. Can't be far out here as Willie Fraser looking for the ball, getting his halfback out of the way as he burrows under, and he's scored that one, has he? No, he's held up. And that's, again, held up. That's the 3rd time today he's been held up.
Yeah, I think Willie So twice and him once, but again, a penalty here. What do they do here? Looks like he's going to have a chat to his touch judge. Someone coming in from this. Please, touchy, don't. We've already got a penalty. That's enough.
Yeah, it's going to be a scrum here, isn't it, surely? Yes, he's scored a penalty. Penalty try. He's scored a penalty try.
I think he's called a try.
He's called a try, has he?
We don't know what's going on there. Who knows?
He's reversed the decision. No one knows. He's called a penalty something. But anyway, Beaches.
No, can't be a penalty try. Otherwise, he'd be under the sticks. The touch judge, the linesman must have seen that he's put the ball over the line.
How could he have seen that when I don't know, the touch judge was a fair way out as we go to the replay here for Bar TV. But that makes it now 15-20 here at number 2 Sports Ground with the kick to come. And that, he's reversed his decision there, Jared Logan. He took all the time in the world doing it too as we look at the replay as Butler comes in to kick. We'll quickly go to it now as he takes it off the back. He pushes his halfback out the way, and I don't know, if the touch judge can see that, he's Superman because he's got X-ray vision. I've got no doubts in my mind.
If Wanderers don't win this, there's going to be an uproar. I've got no doubt.
And Butler has kicked, and that is a beautiful kick, and he's made it, and he's nailed it. And the score now, 17, Wanderers 20. Wanderers in the lead. They're going to have to kick this one deep, Jimmy. Not long to go either on Bar TV. It's clocked over at 40 minutes gone in this half, but there's probably about 4 or 5 minutes stoppage time here as they go to Vartalever. He gets the ball.
Championship minutes, this is where your champions stand up. This is where your big players come into their own.
That's right, the ball back now to Butler as he goes for the big high bomb there. Simmons coming through, not a real good chase there. He gets the ball easily. They'll look to counter him, they do. Sherwood on the outside, and he bumps off one there, bumps off another, and he's met there by Big Willie. So, McDonald in a halfback, comes through Groff. He's been good as well, Groff. Ball wide, ball out to Tuala. Tuala winding up and taking around his head, but he's still going there, Tuala. That's a good run by him. Out to about 40 metres out.
They go left again, Wanderers.
As they look to attack Simmons to Coffey. Coffey beats one. Coffey beats another. He keeps going, Coffey, and he's been taken out by the Beaches.
I thought it was 2011 all over again when he scored the match winner for Merida Carlton in a similar situation down that left touchline.
Yes, he's probably slowed down a little bit, I think. But he's been looking dangerous every time he's got that ball on that far touchline. Billy Coffey hasn't seen much ball this game, as it's the Beaches line out here. Their line out is absolutely struggling at the moment through Gavin. They're going to have to probably go for the short one here and just consolidate it. But Dan Kevill's been all over this line out in this second half. And the ball goes up. Fletcher gets up. And that's at the back there and taken well by Beaches. They're going to have to come through, and they do. Vartalever cleaning that up at the ruck. Butler with the ball. He's kicked the ball and hasn't found much. Oh, yes, he has. The ball stays in. And Billy Coffey, swing and a miss there for Billy.
I think he missed that. I think he got a hand on it. So.
And everyone on side here as they come through. Marshall leading the chase. And, oh, that's a ball kick there from Simmons. And the pressure is on here at number 2.
It's into the Southern Beaches crowd. They're lifting him. They're lifting him. They're pulling signs down off the fence. They're going bananas over there. Southern Beaches just need to keep their cool. They don't want to force this. Most important thing is to win this line out.
That's right. And surely they must go the number 2 jumper this time, because this line out is dodgy as a used car salesman as the ball comes
they went
down.
to the front.
That's good as they form them all as they come forward. Their supporters on the far side getting them through this, and they're making good yards here, the Southern Beaches side, as they come forward. Lanzini takes it from the back, though. He should have kept it in there, Lanzini. As the ball swung out wide now to Delore, Michael Delore, and that's an intercept to McDonald, and pass there to Simmons, and Simmons has got the pace to go inside there to Rahui. Rahui is going, and he's called it back for a forward pass. He's called it back for a forward pass, and they're running to no avail.
Wanderers have got players down everywhere here. Cal McDonald's hurt his knee.
And that is bad luck, and Luke Sherwood giving the touch judge an absolute spray. I thought there was absolutely nothing wrong with that, Jimmy Gardner, as we go to the replay.
Well, he's had 2 big calls, the linesman, hasn't he? 2 big calls he's made, one for a try, one for a forward pass. It might have floated forward, but I think the ball direction was going back, was out of his hand. Big call, big moment.
Yeah, certainly had everyone on their feet here at number 2, but I don't know about that one. That was very, very, very unlucky for the Wanderers side, who got a few down. Ben Christensen making his way over the front row, so the scrum won't start before that. As we go now to the replay, and a long speculative pass there. Didn't need to do that. Michael Delore, and passes there to Simmons. Thought he may have had the pace, but passes it on the inside. There was nothing wrong with that at all, Jimmy Gardner.
Big call from this young touch judge. I hope he wants to get himself on TV, because that's all he's done. Goodness gracious, that's 2 big calls. We don't want this game to be determined by a call of a referee. We don't want it to be controversial. But if Wanderers don't get up in this, there's going to be certainly some questions asked.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a good, solid game of footy, and yeah, the Wanderers will definitely be dark about that one.
But still, they need to get their heads back on here, Wanderers. There's no point remonstrating with the touch judge. There's no point getting cranky and frustrated. They need to get their minds back on the job and close this game out.
Interesting to see. Christensen packing in a hooker here, so maybe not 100% with his knee there.
Yeah, they do that quite often, Wanderers in defence.
Picked up from the back bar.
Tuala comes to prop, and Christian as play moves to the right.
Yeah, Michael Delore with it now and passes it to Lamb. That long pass not working for him at the moment. He gets around one. Billy Coffey there, but taken well by Coffey and taken out by Billy Coffey. And that's good defence there by the Wanderers. And just that sideways movement just is not working for Southern Beaches here, Jimmy.
Lamb's so good when he steps back off his right foot, but he thought he had Billy Coffey covered there. He thought he'd get him on the outside, but Coffey No, he's a machine. He loves blokes when they challenge him, and he just got motored there and put him in a touch. A very good tackle as they go long here.
Oh, Vartaleva comes up with a steal from that line out. The Beaches crowd goes up on the sideline, but they're held up here. They're going to have to use it, the Southern Beaches side, as they drive it forward, but the ball coming down now. They're going to have to get it out here, Southern Beaches, and Delors in the back there. Going to have to maybe use his feet here as the ball comes out. That's a penalty. And he takes the quick tap. Oh. Quick tap taken there, but not on the mark, calls Jared Logan.
What do you
I
do
don't
here?
like his chances from the sideline. There's not long to go, I don't imagine. The kick will take it into extra time at number 2, but I'm not sure that there's all that long to go, judging by the injury. We're about 6 minutes into injury time. This could be the last throw of the dice here for Southern Beaches.
Certainly enough to at least have this line out. Now we have a substitution coming on, front row coming on. 4 minutes to go, we've been informed, the referee says. Must be getting word from his touch judge. 4 minutes to go as Ben Christian looks to be coming to the sideline, and I think it's Sam Morgan coming on.
Yeah, 4 minutes to go. That's a long time in rugby, and especially a long time in a grand final, Jimmy. And Beach is doing everything here to try and come away with the victory, but Wanderers are just holding them out. I'll tell you what, I'm on my feet here at number 2 Sports Ground, and that's a good throw there.
Yeah, they don't contest that. Wanderers happy to try and take them on at the maul.
Pushing them towards the sideline, and Beach is doing well to keep it in.
Yeah, but it looks like Wanderers feet.
Yes, run into
obstruction there.
Yep. Definitely the right call there.
They need to just keep this in hand. We've probably got 3 minutes left on the clock. They need a big scrum here. Take it up a couple of times and then roost it into touch. Start again.
Yes, and Southern Beaches crowd chanting something untoward toward Jared Logan at the moment. Something we probably can't repeat on the television, but definitely was a penalty for an obstruction there for Bar TV here today. And, of course, live on the Herald. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. It's been an absolute pleasure calling this for you guys the whole of the year, and we appreciate everyone's support as we come into the dying minutes here of this grand final for the greater NHRU competition at number 2 Sports Ground.
We said it'd go to the wire, and it has, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
This one. Young front rower comes on.
Ball comes in.
Pretty well. Barrett will hit this up.
Yes, and good run there by Barrett. Bustling Barrett, the old veteran, as they come through there on Sherwood. Maybe a little bit offside, yes.
The side there,
definitely. No, I think it was Butler, you'll find, came through, was it, at the end?
Anthony Barrett looks to be clutching at something there. He's got the heavy knock there.
Yeah, definitely not clutching at straws. He's been immense since he's come on, Jimmy.
Yeah, I think it was Bartaleva just snuck in from the side. They took the odds to it. They need to steal Southern Beaches as the clock stops, but time's starting to be their enemy.
Yeah, it's just making sure everything right here. And Ben Christensen getting a clap from the crowd. He's had a good game in the front row there, Christensen.
Yeah, their scrum's really aimed up, hasn't it? That was an area of concern with the size and the weight and the power that Southern Beaches had that Wanderers may struggle at the set piece. But no, their techniques, they've led the way with their technique. They've hit nice and low, and they've been very solid in their own ball and caused some problems for Beaches defensively.
Yeah, good nudge there by Sherwood, getting them to 45 out from their own line. This could maybe be the last throw of the dice here. Beaches have to come up with something special. Wanderers just have to play it ball in hand, Jimmy.
They do. Just keep working away at that clock. Very important, this line out, obviously.
And, yeah, that's an easy win there.
Yeah, Tuala's been immense. Him and Ben Ham have both been super for Wanderers.
And Tuala's at the back, is he? Or Kevel?
Kevel's got the ball at the back. They're just going to keep edging this up the field. Kevel got his hands on it, has the bow peep. Listening to his halfback, he says keep going. They're starting to come around offside, Beaches. Just good play this. Oh, they go left.
They could have kept it in there as Coffey comes through the middle. And, he's met well by Lanzini. He's been unbelievable, Lanzini. Lanzini comes off the tongue really well as they take the ball into the ruck.
Working the clock down here. The forwards will just pick and go. They need to make sure their structures are good. No little...
Yes, taking it forward there, Tuala. And Beach is trying to counter ruck here, but not getting any luck there as Wanderers just holding that ball in. That's all they have to do for the remaining couple of minutes.
Cal McDonald on the right wing here calling for the ball, but I don't think he's going to see it for the next minute or so.
Yeah, no, just keeping that ball in. Tuala at the back now, just rucking here. Safety first football by the Wanderers. It's only going to take one rush of blood, though. There could be a mistake, but they're going to keep going here, the Wanderers side, as Sherwood calling it from the back. And that's crazy talk, and that must be full time.
It is.
And it is full time.
The two Blues
and
win.
The crowd
What
go
a
up.
season.
What a season from the Wanderers. Minor premiers and now major premiers. Thank you very much for joining me today, Jimmy Gardner. It's been unbelievable working with you all year as the crowd comes onto the field. They worked all year for this Wanderers. Southern Beaches, full credit to them. They played absolutely amazing, but the Wanderers, to their credit, defended all game. And that was a pretty good grand final. Pretty good. That was an unbelievable grand final here at number 2 Sports Ground. Thanks very much for everyone who's tuned in for the greater NHRU grand final here at number 2 Sports Ground. We've been here for Bar TV and, of course, live on the Newcastle Herald. Don't forget to watch it again during the week. Watch the highlights and tune in for Bar TV for the rest of their sporting calendar for the rest of the year. Thanks very much. I'm Gareth Wozik. I've had an absolute ball calling this greater NHRU competition for you. I'll see you again next year. Thanks, everybody.
sets, boys. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
At the Greater, we're always on your side. We've got this winning lineup of products and services ready to get you over the line. To kick goals for your finances, contact the Greater. Proudly supporting Newcastle and Hunter Rugby Union.
Boys on the far side of the field, outside the fence, come on, we've got to get the presentation underway. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the presentation to take place. Patron of the NHRU, Mr. Ron Robson. Greg Taylor from the Greater Building Society. Bruce Cook from the Hawthorn Club. And for the first time ever today, we have Colleen Hipwell, wife of the late John Hipwell, to present the Hipwell Medal along with her family. And we'll cross down now to Greg Sellers at ground level to tell us who's won the Players' Player Awards and the Hipwell Medal.
Thanks very much, David. And firstly, can we please show our appreciation for what was a cracking grand final to wind up our 2014 series. Very brave performance by the Beaches, and the Wanderers doing very well to hang on for the win. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our first presentation honours the great John Hipwell, OAM, who sadly passed away on the 22nd of September 2013 while holidaying on the North Coast. John Hipwell was a popular, well-loved and respected player for the Waratahs Rugby Club, as well as Newcastle, New South Wales Country, New South Wales and Australia. Born and raised in Newcastle, John started his rugby in 1966 in under-18s with the mighty Waratahs and progressed through the first grade, winning numerous grand finals and representative honours, and eventually captaining his country in 1975. He played 36 test matches and was captain for 9. The John Hipwell Medal was initiated by the Hawthorn Club following consultation with his family, the NHRU and the Waratahs in honour of John's memory and contribution to rugby. 2014 is the inaugural year for this medal, and it will be presented to the player who produced the most outstanding performance whilst displaying rugby spirit. Would you please welcome John's wife Colleen, and joined by his daughters Sarah, Jane and Jessica, as they present the inaugural Hipwell Medal to Andrew Tuala. Andrew will also receive the NHRU President's Cup. Congratulations, Andrew, and thank you very much, ladies, for joining us. Okay, we'd like to call on the referees and the officials for the match So if Jared Logan, Drew Tonks and Lauren Kelly could come up and receive their officials medals for the game. Congratulations on your first grade appointment. Both clubs also select their best player on ground, and the player that's been selected for the Southern Beaches Club was their halfback, number 9, Martin Delore. And the player that's been selected for the Wanderers side is their number 6, James Wivel. We'd like to invite the Southern Beaches captain to come up and say a few words on behalf of the club. And if the players could follow through and receive their medals, that'd be great. So far.
First of all, I would like to thank our supporters, our sponsors, all the Beaches Club. Thanks for sticking by us all year. Congratulate Luke Sherwood and the boys. You deserve it. You showed why you're the number 1 in the comp. Congratulations, boys. Our boys will only get better next year, boys, so heads up.
Thanks, Mar. So the Southern Beaches players can come up and receive their medallions. Thanks, boys, along with your coach and manager.
Hotel, 200 and 200 for second, 50 and 50 for third. We'll be starting from the southern end, trial line to trial line. You have your finalists.
Welcome everybody here on Grand Final Day for the 2014 Greater Premier 1 Grand Final. It's Southern Beaches versus Wanderers here at number 2 Sports Ground. Of course, the Greater Union major sponsor. Today's sponsor is Butler's, the event hire specialist, giving away all the marquees and all the setup you see around the ground today. With me today, as always, we're very excited. I know Jimmy's very excited. It's James Gardner. How are you, Jimmy?
Great, mate. I used to love this time of the year when I was playing, and it's even just as good when you're sitting and watching and commentating and writing about it. It's just, it's the day you want to be involved in one way or the other. And fantastic today that we have some great weather. The blue sky is shining. There's a nice breeze coming in from the south just to cool things down a little bit. All the makings of a great day afternoon football.
Yes, and I was out during the week around the grounds. Had a bit of a chat to the captains and the coaches. We're just going to flick to that right now. Everyone at home, take a seat back and listen to what they had to say. Back with us for Bar TV, the home of grassroots sports. I've got the Southern Beaches Club captain and winger, Andrew Delore. How are you, Andrew?
Yeah, pretty good, mate.
You look very calm and collected. How are you going to be come Saturday?
Oh, yeah, it should be pretty emotional, I guess. Excited, so yeah, just ready to get on and do it.
Emotional, do you mean you'll cry?
Oh, well, Tim's speeches normally get a tear in most eyes before the game, so I wouldn't think anything would be different on Saturday.
Yeah, I've been privy to a couple of them in my former youth, and when he reads the poetry, it probably gets you at the heart, doesn't it?
Oh, that's it. I think you've even copped a mention a few times yourself, so in his speeches. So.
It could only be good things, I'd imagine. Now, anyway, getting back to the game, it's 10 minutes to go. Wanderers a man down because Dan Kebble's probably got sent off. You get the ball, no one to beat. What's going through your head?
Oh, but you're looking for support, I think. Go for the line and look for support, yeah.
Any injuries in the team at the moment that we've got to look out for?
No, I think that's been the best thing for us the last few weeks. We haven't had any, so years gone by, we're sort of falling apart come to the end of the year, and this year we're looking pretty good. So.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you've made the semis a couple of times now. the big one this time. What does it mean to the club, and obviously what does it mean to your family being here from the start, from '95, I believe?
Yeah, it's massive for the club at the moment. So obviously it's the first time we've been in a Premier senior final. We've had the Colts in before, but yeah, this one's going to be pretty big. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, nice one, Andrew. Thanks very much for your time, and we appreciate everything. Cheers, mate. With me today for Bar TV's Luke Sherwood. Luke, the captain of the Wanderers in the Greater NHRU final this weekend. Luke, how are you feeling?
Yeah, pretty good, mate. We had a good win last weekend over Carlton, and we'll take a lot of confidence out of that.
Yeah, down a couple of players in that match. You guys really rose to the challenge. If that comes around this weekend, have you got any calls that go into that?
Not really cool. I mean, the boys have seemed to lift every time we've had a man in the bin, so seems to fire us up a little bit, so it may even do us a favour.
Yeah, it may. It may. You guys seem to come up to
Hawthorn Club check for the major premiers, presented by Bruce Cook from the Hawthorn Club to Luke Sherwood. And Ron Robson, the patron of the NHRU, to hand over the Major Premiers Cup. Congratulations to the Wanderers Club Premiers for 2014.
Thank you, Brent Sellers. To supporters of both clubs, hope you enjoyed the day and in fact the complete final series. All the best to those players retiring or leaving. Hope we see most of you again next year wearing your club colours. Hope you've enjoyed the grand final today. On behalf of the Greater Building Society and Newcastle Hunter Rugby Union, wish you well and have a safe trip home.